Hello everyone, welcome to a very unusual, wet Spanish Grand Prix as we start qualifying here. And yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed the snow outside today has been absolutely beautiful, hasn't it? Depending on if you're a if you're a big fan of the old cold weather and stuff. I'm not, but I'm not a fan of any weather, of any cold weather. It's hot or cold. But yes, it is a bit brisk, but it's also a bit brisk as well on the circuit as well. I'm not sure what the weather is going to be for the race itself. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But as we are just waiting for the drivers to come out on a circuit here in Barcelona, of course, this is a 2.9-mile circuit, about 16 turns, and I think we first raced around here back in 1991. Of course, ALR has visited Spain ever since season one, has it? So this is our 8th Spanish Grand Prix, and hopefully we'll have a cracker. I think that well, a lot of classic memories over the years, haven't we? Of course, remember Emerson won, I think, season 5 Spain, didn't he? When I think it was John Cox and Fire Shot Rotting went on a different strategy, and unfortunately, both those drivers' his tyres faded with just a couple laps to go. Jonathan had a puncture on the second to last lap, which cost him a win here, didn't it? A very insightful, very fruitful race indeed that was. Also, just a quick one, we got another driver transfer, so that is now 5 full-time drivers in 6 races that we have lost, so that's not very good, is it? And you may see that one of the names is right up on screen now, which is Bradders, who is now driving in the Mercedes team as well, and he is 12th in the World Championship. Of course, the points he scored in Miami last week was 15, so he now moves himself up to 12th. Good stuff indeed. In the Drivers' Challenge as well, Percy, who is the 5th different Grand Prix winner in the first 5 events so far for gold. It's been an absolute classic start in season 8. It's been brilliant, hasn't it? Just say the least. So Lucas Percy does lead the challenge at 21 points, almost a Grand Prix win in front of Wouter, who is second. He won the opening race in Bahrain about 5 weeks ago now. Good gosh. Troy in third position now. Of course, he's been unlucky in the last 2 races, hasn't he? An unforced error in Imola potentially, but then of course him and Boxtel had a very light coming together, didn't they? Which spun Troy around and lost him a lot of points. And Boxtal in 4th position at the moment. Danger Times is in 5th. 6th position is Liam. 7th is German with 8. Mr. Rage. 9th is Peas and Markey in 10th position now. Mr. Lee certainly is the only driver that hasn't got a point so far, but he's been very unlucky with Vesey and Mumford and Glock all on one. All on 1 point at the moment in time. And of course, Glock is another new driver that is going to be taking part in the Alfa Romeo, as Percy is starting us on our way going down into turn 1. I think it's Liam Yao actually. Liam Yao I think has got I don't know. I think he's got. I'm not sure what he's got, but he's got an event, hasn't he? After this, as I've got. How do I stop that? Oh goodness me! I've just hang on a second. I have completely turned my TV off, which is not good. Yeah, we got. Liam Yannon, who wants to finish this race go quite quickly here, doesn't he? Because I think he has got a date. I'm not sure if it's a date or if it's just a date with destiny. I'm not too sure, but anyway, here he goes. Here in Spain, and of course. So hopefully the rain does not dampen your spirits at this Grand Prix. And Knowles has just mentioned watch out for Cox Corner, and there is Cox Corner. Jonathan's 50th Grand Prix start in ALR, and unfortunately it did end up with a bang. Now it's a humongous shot, humongous smash, I should say, in that qualifying session. I think it was season 6 potentially. I think it was actually season 6, wasn't it? Good gosh. As we've got a yellow flag in front of us right now. But yeah, hopefully the weather doesn't dampen your spirits so much. And of course, we've seen a new reprofiled corner, didn't we, down at turn 10? Much better, I would say, because up until then it was more sharper, wasn't it? We'll take a look at that corner later on in the session, and Liam has gone faster, but Percy has found almost 2 seconds over Liam. Well, I'd say so. 1.7 seconds is the gap. Pretty impressive stuff indeed. Just looking at the driver transfer, we've got Sam Green, who's just gone onto the board now. He is gone from the Alfa Romeo. He was a full-time driver in the Alfa Romeo, but he's swapped over to the Red Bull team, and so that's good stuff indeed there for Sam Green. Hopefully he'll get more. He's got 2 points on the board at the moment, Sam Green is, but he's done a really good job, hasn't he, for the Alfa Romeo team, and Red Bull are going to be happy to have him in their ranks. We have also got Glock, who will be driving full-time now, and he is in the Alfa Romeo. Alhan is, of course, his teammate, and I think this is Alhan's first race that he's missed this season. But Glock, a former silver world champion, So a former silver world champion, and of course I think he had 10 race wins and 15 podiums in that silver season. He has not, he's only had, I think this is only his third start in gold, so let's see what Glock can do from here on in as he goes into the new reprofiled turn 10 as well. I've heard a whisper, as Nosey has mentioned, that Sector 3 is also reprofiled. I've heard a whisper that in the grapevine of the old Instagram that they might be getting rid of this chicane here, which I would absolutely love personally, and they might be going back to the old very fast right-handers that used to end the lap before 2007-ish. As Percy's gone faster still, as he's found more time than German second, with Marty in third position. And then across the line goes Glock, then who's done a 27.8 then to start us on the way. I don't think anyone is going to be done any wet weather practice whatsoever. I don't think anyone's expecting rain in Spain here tonight, but it certainly caught me off guard. What about Mumford then? Mumford currently down in 18th position in the championship in the relegation zone. Well, as we do lose 3 drivers, of course, but they have to do about, I think it's 75% of the season, don't they? Which I think Mr. Rage didn't apply to that, did he? Because I think he finished 18th in the championship last season, but he's a completely different monster this season, isn't he? Very good stuff indeed then. As Kush, who was in the Alpine, who will be driving tonight then. Of course, Kush has had a couple of decent results as well in ALR Gold. And he goes across the line, goes third fastest once again. He has shown that he is a man with a plan. Brado's then making his second start then. I was sure that he raced in gold before, but this is actually his official second start for ALR Gold. So Brado's, I'm sure I've commented on Brado's a few more times than that, but maybe it might have been earlier on in the second season of HD. I'm not too sure. Mr. Rage then, who's now in the who's now just coming out of turn 5, I think that was. We've got Kaz saying hello, good luck drivers, saying good luck. Nosey is saying as well. Predictions for Kaz is P1 for Percy, P2 for Troy, and Wooter in P3. Evening all, got Cox waiting for another victim then, of course, Cox Corner. And we have also got Glock got lucky 18 times in silver. Of course, I think Glock was the second ever silver. No, he was the first ever silver world champion, wasn't he? Glock was. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Glock in a golden season after, did we? But we are going to get to see him now. Better late than never. Say we're on board with Mr. Rage, who I think him and Liam have been the drivers of the season so far. The Haas team have been absolutely outstanding. Liam has been involved in some shenanigans in the last 2 races, if I recall. But hopefully, as Rage has underlined his incredible pace that he's had this season. He has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he, Mr. Rage has? And he's gone well. He's dropped down the front now. But Mr. Rage is definitely one of my drivers of the season so far. Haas of my team of the season so far as well. Really magnificent stuff indeed. Then Bradders has gone into 13th fastest. The slowest of the time so far, but he's had a mishap somewhere. Not sure how long this rain's going to stay for. We've got a bit of spray off that Williams car. Let's go to the Constructors' Championship. Aston Martin are 1 point in front of AlphaTauri, with Haas in third position, 22 points off the lead at the moment. Ferrari are in fourth position. Red Bull fifth, with McLaren 6th. Alpine are 7th. They was literally rock bottom, weren't they, just a couple of weeks ago? Now they're right up in the mix of it in 7th position there. Williams, we're just watching now in 8th. Mercedes in 9th, and Alfa Romeo have dropped down to 10th. But hopefully the boost of having Glock in their ranks now might help them scrape off the bottom of the table. In the joint constructors, AlphaTauri leads 104 points. They've been absolutely mega, haven't they? This is the first time, I think, in a few weeks that AlphaTauri has not led the whole 4 constructors championships, because they're not leading bronze and they're not leading gold either at the moment. But AlphaTauri still leads the joint constructors. Then Pease goes at 4th fastest. And Immortal has just moved himself up into 2nd there. Immortal doing a great job, I think. He's doing a great job in joint in the 100% record, 100% league as well. With some mega performances. I think he's in the championship. So we're on board Troy. Beautiful helmet, by the way. That's absolutely sensational. He must have got the Christmas bundle here in December then. And just going through Cox Corner as well. Joint constructors, AlphaTauri 104 points in front of Aston Martin in 2nd. Haas have done really well, haven't they, this season? They're in 3rd position. Alpine are 4th. 5th is the Red Bull team. McLaren 14 points back. Ferrari 1 point away from the McLaren team, with Mercedes only 8 points away from Ferrari. Alfa Romeo are 47 points away from Mercedes, and Williams are 8 points away from the Alfa Romeo team. Serves much from Troy, Percy, and Mr. Rage is his podium predictions. And here comes Troy across the line now, and he goes fastest by a whisker from Lucas Percy. I'm enjoying this battle that we've got at the moment now between Troy. We're going to add, I think we've got our Boxtel in there, we've got our Danger Times in there as well, and Wooter, goodness me. And I think that we can add some more drivers into that mix as well as the season goes on. Percy has just gone faster still. So, for the race result, Serious Mushroom means that. So in terms of this, qualified session, as Troy has just spun around at turn 3, of course, Fernando Alonso had a very odd crash there, didn't he, in the pre-season test in the 2015? Or was it 14? It was 15, wasn't it? But of course, with these intermediate conditions in qualifying, Gamer has a snap of oversteer there and just about got the car going, or kept the car going. And of course, Hamilton had a horrific crash there in 2010, didn't he? But he did have, I think it was on like wasn't it like lap 60 odd, wasn't he? He was only a couple laps from home, but his left tyre, I think, punctured, didn't it, and caused him to go off there. Unfortunately, it was such a shame that was for Hamilton back then. So Gamer almost repeated the feat, but luckily kept it out of the barrier. Here comes Cash coming down into turn 1 and 2. What was I saying? Can't remember. No, I don't know what I'm saying. I know his Glock has gone up into night passes. So I can't believe I'm saying this actually, but Knowlesy just mentioned in the old driver paddock that this is going to be the last gold race of 2022. I can't believe it. Goodness gracious me. Of course, this is the last time we're going to be seeing the gold drivers in 2022. Not in the game, I just mean of the year. So we are going to be taking our Christmas break. However, but that is of course for gold, silver, and 100%. But of course, we got an additional race there for bronze, as we have got to get Saudi Arabia back on the calendar after issues we had the second week into the championship there. So bronze can catch up because they're currently a race behind at the moment, aren't they? Bronze are. So bronze will be going in Saudi Arabia on December the 20th as well. Then. So I can't put me feet up too early on. Then German, the season 6 world champion, currently third fast at the moment. And we just got Pease, who's just made his way up into 4th as well. These times starting to tumble like a fruit machine. Just watching Kush again, but we're going to leave Kush, I think, because Yar is out on circuit. This is his first race, Yar is, for a couple of weeks, so let's see how he does. And Vesley, who has got the speed, that's definitely no doubt about that, but he's only got 1 point into his account so far, so he needs to kind of get that sorted out. Then as Wesley goes 16 fast at the moment. Now Chazza just coming into this Mickey Mouse chicane, lovely helmet design as well from Chazza. I must admit, I do like the Bumblebee style helmet, they're lovely stuff. So we got a lot more track action than what we are probably used to. Chazza is still in the relegation zone. Well, no, so of course it's the bottom 5 cars that would be knocked out of qualifying. Yellow flags is when the Ferraris is just going slow around Cox Corner. Yard just breaking down to new profile at turn 10 on the intermediate tyre side. So the drivers have probably got a bit more fuel on board than what they normally have. The reason for that is because it is more about confidence and it's more about being out there at the right time. With the rain may ease up or it may get heavier, so the best thing to do is top up your car with as much fuel as you can get away with. You don't want to be full tanks, I doubt it, but there is probably a lot more in the fuel tanks than what is normally at this stage of qualifying. So it is much better in terms of with rain affected qualifying session. Jar is the slowest of the time runners thus far. Danger Times, the champion, has not set a time on the board just yet. On board Mumford then, who's going very slow. He's invalidated his time, unfortunately. He was also getting out of the way by the looks of a car behind him then. Marquis back out on circuit, but he's got fresh intermediate tyres on that McLaren. So let's see how it goes. And who else? Mortal also on them fresh intermediate tyres as well. And there he goes then. This could be a pivotal part of this qualifying session. I think whoever... If anyone's caught napping here, they could be a big shock here on board with Walter, who, as I mentioned, in the 100% league, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? We did a 100% league race around here a few days back, didn't we? And Walter did very well around there, so he's hoping for more of the same as well. 100% is such a, believe it or not, it's such a different discipline. We've only got 33 laps around here tonight. On Wednesday, it was 66 laps, wasn't it? It's a tough discipline to do 100%. Not many Formula Leagues do it. Do the 100%, but fantastic indeed then. And I think Immortal really does come alive in that second half of the race. And then it was once again quite a close run thing as well. After 66 laps, I think it was decided on the line by 0.2 of a second, was it? Something like that. It was redonkulously close, and I absolutely love it. What I don't love is the fact that I've left my jumper on there, and I haven't actually found me slippers yet. So my feet are going to be quite frosty, I think. But then I'm going to be sweating like like I sweat when I'm next to a salad bar. Out of the final turn then for a Mortar, and does he improve on into new intermediate tyres? No, he doesn't actually. So he is backed off there. We've got the two Haas drivers there out of the final turn then. Liam is the first. He goes 7 fast. That's much better. No, we haven't got the two Haas. So I don't think I'm going colourblind as well. Call me Darius. Ooh, love the Hummer here from Marky. Then down in 13th position. And Marky's had a, I think he's had a good start to the season, hasn't he? He has on the podium, hasn't he? But he has started off so well with 12th position. 8th position. 4th position in Bahrain. But of course, he's was very unlucky now in Saudi Arabia, wasn't he? And then he just hasn't been able to get the rub of the green, has he? Which is such a shame. Poor England needed Ginger Rage up front last night. Would have scored a hat-trick. Laugh out loud. Yes, let's just say that so I'm when we play FIFA clubs, I'm usually stuck up front mainly because it's quite scary to have me on the ball anywhere unless I'm anywhere. The furthest away from the opposition goal, the better. Really, the furthest away from our goal, the better, I'd say. Yes. Unfortunately, Harry did miss that penalty, didn't he? We was out on penalties, even though we didn't go for penalties, did we? Glock goes 13th fastest in the Alfa Romeo. Currently, he is through at the moment, but of course, it is the bottom 5 to get relegated. Sam Green is in that relegation spot, and so is Chazza now, because Jar has just got himself up into 15th fastest at the moment. If they change the Spanish circuit again, it could be the fastest in F1 along with Austria. Very good point then, because if they change if they get rid of that final chicane, the average lap time, I think it's about an 18, isn't it? Something like that, or it used to be. I must admit, I haven't commentated on the Spanish Grand Prix on this game in the dry anyway. Then of course the times could probably come down to probably maybe a 16 potentially. Goodness gracious me, could be even faster than that, couldn't it? It's all Gamer once again then. I'm wondering if Gamer is gamble for more of a lower downforce setup than for the race potentially. But this race is very much, you need a steady back end, don't you? Yes, it is a long pitch straight around here, it is a long pitch straight around here, but I think that you would rather have a stable car, don't you? This is very much a chassis and setup circuit, really, isn't it? And you can't really live on your wits around here, can you? You have to have a good setup. If you don't have a good setup around here, you could be lost at sea. You could be lost at sea, and it could be a very long and grueling Grand Prix around here. Of course, we've got 4 laps to come. And Banjo's got his exam starting tomorrow. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, Banjo. Of course, is that GCSEs? Or do they still call them GCSEs? Or are they SATs? No, SATs is year 9, no, I don't know. CATS was year 6, weren't they? But then again, I'm obviously speaking a completely different language here because maybe you guys don't do cats and stats anymore, I don't know. Well, anyway, you got, as a result, no time for practice for tomorrow then. Stop watching and get practicing then. I have it on the background. Very good stuff indeed. As Gamer has gone off, and yes, we've seen him struggling, and Gamer is off and into the barrier. And unfortunately for Gamer, he is going to be the first, well, he is not at the moment out of qualifying, is he? But the other fly, well, he is down in 15th now, isn't he there? But whatever the case may be, there's no spare cars in Formula 1 these days. You cannot trot back to the pit lane, put it on, get the car ready for it to go again. Of course, there's no set of spare cars anymore, mainly because of the course, mainly because of all that kind of stuff. College exams, final year. I'm Irish, yes. So, goodness gracious me, I still say that. Gosh, college was always quite a long time ago for me. Check flag has fallen for Mr. Rage, who's out qualifying here. Chazza, Yar, and Mumford and Sam Green are currently on the cusp at the moment, but that is a shock. That's a shock in and of its own right. We'll come back to Fanjo's exams in a minute, but before we do so, Mr. Rage, who I'm absolutely dumbfounded by, is out of qualifying, and it's the commentator's curse, I think, but that is a surprise in and of its own right for me, because Mr. Rage, I thought, was going to be once again up with Liam Yeh in around 11th or 10th position, but that is not good at all. What about Green on his debut for the Red Bull team? Stays 19th, man. And what about Yar? Yar goes through as well, and it is Glock out of qualifying. Now that's a surprise as well. And we did say earlier on, didn't we, in this session, with this rain affected qualifying, there was going to be some tears. There has been some tears for drivers that who got very good experience or have had very good races so far this season. Glock, a former silver champion, out of qualifying. Mr. Rage, who's been absolutely sublime in the top 8 of the championship, out of qualifying. Chazza out of qualifying as well. A multiple pole sitter. Sam Green on his debut for the Red Bull team. I hope, unfortunately, he's not emulating Max Verstappen at the moment. And Mumford also out of qualifying as well then. So that is 5 drivers then that are going to be spectating like you and I. But I didn't expect a few of those names to be in that bottom 5 there. That is quite a shock to the system for me. My goodness gracious me then. Yarden making it through into qualifying too. I think he'd be very chuffed with that. That was a very much a last minute kind of dash there for Yar, wasn't it? So very good 17th there for Williams driver, come back after a 2 race absence and back on form then, and that's exactly what Williams needs. Williams needs some good round of points there for the constructors and maybe for the drivers' championship as well, as Pease was an early contender, but he's had a horror show of the last couple of races, hasn't he, Pease? So hopefully he can get himself back into this one. 300 seconds separates the top 2, 500 seconds separates the top 3. My golly gosh said, and of course these intermediate conditions there very much no leveler at all, is it, in gold then, because gold has been very much close as you like that. And shockingly enough, I didn't even mention danger times as well. The world champion down in 14th position then. Let's so that's the top 3 we just spoke about. I think we're going to be focusing on the bottom 6, unfortunately. Mumford out qualified. We've also lost Sam Green, Chaz, Mr. Rage, Glock and Gamer all out qualified. And unfortunately for Gamer, he, of course, unless he had Mystic Meg let's see how his Mr. Meg crystal ball out. He wouldn't have known that lap time would have been good enough. So he's out of qualifying as well after crashing at the Farf corner just before Cox corner. We need to find a better name for the Farf corner. Maybe the Farf curb. I don't know. Of course, also as Farf did crash there. It wasn't as spectacular as John Cox's crash, was it? But I remember it quite well for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I always remember certain people's crashes. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm an evil Knievel. So Fanjo's final exams then. So yeah, good luck to you, my good sir. Is that where you get to choose your subject and stuff like that in college? I think that, what did I choose? I chose media, but I was rubbish at media. I think that we created an advert. We had to create an advert like a 1 minute advert kind of thing, and we did like cheese in a can, which I don't think is a very good idea, come to think about it now. But we had to make up a product and all that kind of stuff. And for some reason, our group came up with cheese in a can, which is probably wasn't a good idea because it'd probably go rusty and mouldy and stuff. But hey, what can you do? And all I remember is I just got speared off the camera there. But there we go. Anyway, but good luck to you, Harry. I think I also did IT as well, but mainly that was just kind of a mucking about, really. So, but that's not what you should do. Any of you younger viewers out there that may think about going to college, do not muck around in college, otherwise you'll end up like me. Just a big old lover of Formula 1, but not much else. We got Pease at the moment then, who's currently out on circuit. We got the Aston Martin, only Lucas Percy, unfortunately for Mike Crack and his Aston Martin team. Of course, no giggling in the comments, please control yourselves. Percy going through turns 7 and 8 now. Of course, the red lights are flashing away. Of course, if it is adverse weather conditions, or if you got the weather tires on. We do have with the intermediates. Chazza kept it plain and simple. Too many driver errors, unfortunately, for Chazza. I wonder if he was overdriving the car potentially. But as I mentioned before we started the broadcast, I think that drivers were not preparing for rain. I certainly wasn't preparing for rain, because what rhymes with Spain? Rain. No, wait. Well, that didn't go well at all. But I don't expect it to rain too much in Spain, of course, as it is usually sunny Spain rather than rainy Spain, isn't it? However, of course, if any of you long-term viewers or any of you that like to dive into the YouTube archives would have seen probably one of the best driving performances in the history of Formula 1. I'm talking about Michael Schumacher back in the 1996 Spanish Grand Prix. That race. Race lived in the memory for me. It was an absolutely classic Grand Prix, wasn't it, in Spain there? Michael Schumacher and that, not being just, it was horrific, wasn't that Ferrari? It was absolutely a shambles of a racing car, and somehow Michael Schumacher dragged it to 3 Grand Prix wins, which just shows the talent of the man, doesn't it? And that is why he's a 7-time world champion. Even when I think that Ferrari personally was was slower than that, slower than the bounce on that year, and on occasions definitely the McLaren as well. Of course, McLaren, I think that was only their second year of the Mercedes engine, wasn't it? The McLaren was, so they were still trying to get them to find their feet once they get back to the glory years. I think I'm trying to think of what other teams was up there. Of course, we had the Ligier win the '96 Monaco Grand Prix, didn't we? Which is, of course, where we're going the first race of 2023 now. So, if you guys like your street circuits, I know Verstappen don't. That was his latest comments that I read. Well, it might not be his latest comments, but the latest thing I heard from Max Verstappen lately. Yeah, that's where we're going at to start the 2023 calendar. Anyway, just watching there as just coming out of the chicane then, and onto the pit straight as well. And what can Percy do across the line? And he goes faster so far, 25.821 then to start us on our journey. The Williams of Pease goes second fastest there, about a second and a half away. Liam, yeah, a very impressive 26.5 then to get us on the way. And unfortunately, we don't know if they use intermediates or older intermediates, as they may need these intermediate tyres later on. Then we only get 4 sets of the intermediate tyres, don't you, over the course of the weekend, and only 3 sets of the wet tyres, but hopefully we won't have any rain in the race then, or depending on if you like the weather or not. Wesley goes second fastest. Troy out of turn 16 then, and that is as beautiful as you like then across the line, and he goes second fastest. Oof. I had a very cheeky hum roll just before I came on there, and it's starting to repeat on me. No, just as German going third fastest, Mortal going fourth fastest. Well, talking of which, actually, I had a bit of a horror show as Danger Thomas, the world champion, goes fourth fastest. We'll talk about that horror show in a minute, because more importantly, we got a we did have one of the, I thought it was one of the Williams actually, so I apologise, it's not the Williams Tortoise Peas. I did have a bit of a horror show because I picked up some, I think they're called fridge rages, based on like chicken bites then. However, they're meat free, which I was absolutely shocked by. That's probably what the green means on the packet. I just thought it was something to do with Christmas, so yes, that was quite horrific for me. Bradders, that's not horrific at all. He goes fastest then so far in this qualifying 2 session. This qualifying 2 session, we are aiming to lose another 5 drivers. Well, this time it's 4th because Gamer will be down in 15th position, and as he unfortunately was off the circuit at turn number 7 and 8, unfortunately, at the Farf curve. A Glock, too many game design errors is my excuse then for Glock, who's out of the qualifying session, unfortunately, which is I must say that is one of the big surprises for me. Then I was expecting Glock to be in the top 10 personally, but yeah, that's not good at all. Same with Mr. Rage as well. I was expecting Mr. Rage to be in the top 10, and Mr. Rage also as well. I'm wondering if it's to do with the weather forecast as well, or the weather as well potentially. Rain has not stopped yet, but Wouter is very much resting with the car, who is second in the World Championship at the moment. He needs to get a good time on the board. Then German, the Season 6 champ, is currently fast at the moment now, 10 second in front of Brothers. Equals goal with the with those very puppy dog eyes then. Meat free, you'll be hugging trees next then. There's too many trees to hug around here, so as much as I'll get too confused there. And also, unfortunately, I've got little arms as well, so I can't really hug the big trees too well, unfortunately. I was going to make a joke about a leaf, but I think I'm thinking about it completely wrong. Yar has left the session there. Maybe he didn't want to hear that joke either. Marky in the second intermediate sector. We're going to look at his teammate. Well, Boxtel is 4th in the World Championship. And Boxtel is there. Of course, Boxtel and Percy had a great battle, didn't they, at the end of Miami last week, didn't they? Of course, as Boxtel, I think, has got got some license points in. He's fast at the moment now. Of course, as I'm sure he did get a 5-second penalty on as well, but at the end of the race as well, which dropped him from 2nd to 4th, unfortunately. But Boxtel was not happy with Percy's last gas to overtake. There was 2 occasions, I think, that Percy was not happy about, and I think it was the Boxtel was happy. It's vice versa for Percy as well, as it was getting very heated. Well, I wasn't saying it's heated there, but drivers and having a different opinion then. But of course, you're going to have different opinions, aren't you? Especially when you're trying to go for the win of a Grand Prix on the last lap then. Both drivers deserved to win, didn't they? But of course only one can win, can't they? But it was a cracking race, wasn't it there? But it was an incredible end there to the Miami Grand Prix. And I think that the first race of Miami for gold was definitely very much a success. I can't say the same for bronze, unfortunately, not because of the 19 drivers, but there was one in particular driver which is no longer a part of the show. Kush goes 4 fastest, but it was I think it ruined a really good race. So Liam, yeah, for example, I think that Liam, yeah, and I think it was New Potato. New Potato was on a, well, in my opinion, it probably was completely wrong. But New Potato on in Miami last week, I thought was on course for maybe a Grand Prix win. Yes, he was down in 13th position when it all went a bit awry, but he didn't need to stop again, I don't think. And if there wasn't another safety car, which potentially there might have been, there might not have been. There's a big if in Formula One, especially with league racing with safety cars and stuff. But if there was no safety car, oh, and who's that? That's the one, the AlphaTauris, and it's Vesey, who's also got a track in validation there as well for cutting the pit lane. Now, I think Fernando Alonso had a close shave there, didn't he, in 2009 when he was warming up those tires on the formation lap. 6 minutes ago in this session, well, 6.5 minutes ago in this session, we got soft tires for Immortal, and I think the team might be thinking the same as me, which he probably isn't there because I am very slow and I'm a fool. But it has stopped raining by the looks of the as we've got the other AlphaTauri of Troy going third fastest. It has stopped raining though out on the circuit. So is it going to dry up before the end? And are we going to get dry tyres on the board on the cars for these drivers then? Oh, goodness gracious me. And look like Liam, yeah, it's already half a second up in the first, just under half a second up in the first sector. He's gone purple in the first sector as well, which means it's faster than anyone out there at the moment. And look, yes, we got Gurman also thinking about the soft tire as well. We can see that from the graphic on the left-hand side of the was it the screen? Goodness me, on the screen. And of course, everyone else on the intermediate tyres. Liam Yeh is one of those drivers. He's got 5.5 minutes to go then. And one of these drivers, like Liam Yeh and a couple of others that are on a quick laps run, they're going to abandon their time and come back into the garage then. Percy's gone fast on 24.9. That is, I think that is showing us that maybe the dry tyres are the way then. But of course, then remember, in some races, the track has taken so long to dry out, hasn't it? And is this going to be one of those occasions as well? We'll find out then. But someone, I think, could be someone could potentially be caught there in a very precarious position. But Liam Yeh does carry on. Yara's not in the session at the moment. He needs to get back in the next 5 minutes or so to get himself having a shot at this. Look, Liam Yeh has found a second and a half as the track is beginning to drain in around here. Of course, this is a test circuit as well, so a lot of drivers will know this circuit like the back of their hand. And of course, this is a test circuit. The drainage, I expect, is going to be superb around here. And you can see that it is already noticeably drier, isn't it, as we're on board from Cush's point of view in the Alpine car. But this is Cush's third Grand Prix. He's drove in the AlphaTauri. Now he's gone for the Alpine. He has gone full fast as well. Great stuff indeed. Pease is 9/10 second down. I think he might be abandoning that lap and coming in the pits. Wouter, who has done a very, very good second intermediate split time now. That is a cracking split time as well there for Wouter. I think that now what's he going to do? 4 minutes? I think that he might need to come in the pits maybe, but well, I haven't said that. Immortal's now come back on the intermediate tyres. He's staying out there. I suppose that's the cardinal sin, isn't it? They're coming in the pits and trying to second guess the weather. It's probably not a good idea, is it there? So that is Wouter's experience there, isn't it? In ALR, he may not have a lot, but maybe not a lot of experience there, because this is only his fourth race now. Goodness me, the season's gone by far too quick, lad. No, it's sixth race here in the ALR now for Wouter, but he has been involved in other formulas over the years, hasn't he? So yes, Wouter definitely using that experience, and that's what you need, I think, in this game, is sometimes is experience and knowing what to do. Be on the right tyre at the right time. That is the golden rule. And Immortal was thinking about the dry tyres. He's come back in the pit. He has gone back to the interior, and he's now back out on circuit. Serious Mushroom going to be close for slick tyres then. It is, isn't it? I think it's not, the track's not going to dry up in time, is it? I thought that the track was noticeably dry, especially in sector 3, but in that second sector there, 7 and 8, it does look precariously wet around there, doesn't it? One of the McLarens of Markey just getting out of the way, but one of the Mercedes drivers, I think that might have been Bradders then, as he is the only Mercedes driver left in this at the moment now. Percy, the track isn't drying, not been raining for 5 minutes now, Percy saying. Well, as you can see, I've been way beyond the ball, because I thought it stopped raining about a couple of minutes ago. But Percy's saying the track isn't drying, and he is going for slick tyres, but I don't think he's going to go out there at the moment. So the track isn't drying. So if the track isn't drying, then I think I think that this is going to, how is that going to advantage anyone? But it's still with the F1 cars out there still. I think that is P's. There's too many P's in my life. Has gone second fast. You can never have too many P's in your life, can it? It's very healthy indeed. Then across the line then, and Immortal's found 3/10 of a second, but still not enough for them on them. Brothers is on a lap now. Well, he isn't on a lap actually because he's got a lot of same with Marky as well. We'll leave them two to it for now. Danger Time's also setting going for it as well. Brothers is invalidated this time and the next time as well. Of course, he's seen a snap of oversteer there. He's got 2 minutes to go to get himself round again. Oh goodness me! And Percy has just given us a insight into the weather forecast and for tomorrow, for later on tonight, and it is rain at the start of the race then, and then it's so of course remember that we had rain in Miami, did we? I love that start in Miami, by the way. I don't think Sam Green's going to be too impressed. I said that, as unfortunately he had a horrific smash there. I'm sure we've had I'm sure that, who was it? I think it was Mumford that mentioned we had safety cars in every single race so far, which Liam Yeh's not going to be too impressed about. Yeah, that Miami race was absolutely incredible to start off at. It was borderline intermediate tyres. If the drivers didn't know that it was going to dry out, I didn't know it was going to dry up, and I thought that it would have been best to start on the intermediate tyres, but of course they would have lost 25 seconds, wouldn't they? And by the time it stopped raining, I think you wouldn't have found that 25 seconds, would you? But still, it was cracking to see, was that those drivers were just absolutely slipping and sliding like Immortal is now, not using too much of the sausage curb on the outside of 15, now coming across the line of 16. It's those tyre temperatures on the outside there. It's like grass. Immortal's gone faster than 24.9. If anyone's not out there, I think that there's going to be some tears, unfortunately. So we've got, and look at that, Wesley's not out there, is he? Across the line there, Troy goes 5/10 of a second, but it's not improved there. Liam is improved by a second and a half. No, he hasn't. Now it's his outlap there. What about Boxster? He's gone purple on the second split time. Then Markey has gone 9th fastest. Good time for Markey. Brothers there, who's now just starting us up again, and after an invalidation. Is that going to cost him? I don't know, to be honest. But of course, that's beauty about live sport. Coming across the line, Percy's found 8/10 of a second. No, he hasn't then, because that's not his lap. Danger Time's had, so Danger Time's done a good job. And who is that off? That's Pease off the circuit there. And that's out of the... Where is that? I think that's out of turn 3, I think it is there. Oh dear, that's not good for Percy. Boxhouse gone fast there, found 6/10 of a second, and that is the quickest now. And I don't think it's going to be dry for qualifying 3. We may have soft tyres at the end there, potentially. Serious Mansion is going to be last man across the line. I think it is, and German across the line now. He goes second fastest out, up there with Boxtel and Immortal. Checker flag has fallen. Yar out of qualifying. Uvesi out of qualifying as well. That's brutal stuff there for Yar, but he hasn't come back in the session yet. Troy is 5/10 of a second up in the second split time here. Mark here is 6900 second down the moon. Nice. What about Immortal? Immortal 2/10 of a second up out of turn 16 then. Let's see what he can do as he comes up to the line then. Look at how Sprader is off the Alfa Romeo. Now that's second fastest out. Checker flag is now fluttering in the breeze. Troy, who's surely is still in the championship battle, but this is a crucial lap for him and his event here tonight then, and it is good enough. It's more than good enough. It is it's third fast about there. Liam Ye goes 5th fastest. Good stuff indeed there. What about the second McLaren of Markey? He's abandoned his time. He's out qualifying. Brothers is the last driver we're going to look at. Vesey out qualifying at the moment. Kush could be also out qualifying. He retired too early. He has retired too early. Kush out as well. We know our 5 drivers out qualifying, but Brothers get through by the skin of his nose coat. And Percy has now broken the 24 mark. He's in the 23.915s now to go fastest in qualifying too. And he is on course, and he's trying to go for his 4th pole position of the season. We've only had 2 we've had 5 different race winners, but we've only had 2 pole sitters so far this season. Been pretty impressive indeed. Wooter's only used, I'm not sure how many tires he's only used Wooter out there, but he's done 5 laps on that second tire. So I'm sure it's someone with 7 laps a minute ago as well. And Gurman crossed the line, and he goes second fast there to put himself in the ballpark as well. I love this. This is fantastic, isn't it? So out of qualifying, commiserations to Kush and to Betsy as well. Markey out of qualifying, and Yar unfortunately, Wooter almost went for the speed limit line there, and Yar unfortunately had a technical gremlin, which means that he was stranded in the pit lane and out of qualifying, unfortunately. As we now roll on to qualifying 3, and this time it is now going to be the battle for pole position and for the Spanish Grand Prix. 3 pole positions so far for Boxtel, 2 pole position so for Lucas Percy. Percy is on pole in Bahrain. Boxtel's on pole in Saudi Arabia and Australia. Then Percy's on pole in Imola. Boxtel's on pole last week. Then who is going to get pole position? Can Percy equal up and have 3 for 3? Let's find out. And there's the top 10 separated by 1.3 seconds there. And just a reminder who is out of qualifying here. It is Yard, Technical Gremlin, stuck in the pit lane. Marky down in 13th position now. I wonder if he had time for one more run because he was only 69 into a second down on his second split time. I'm wondering if he made a mistake or just lost hers there. Vetsi in 12th position, didn't come out for a final run there, did he, unfortunately? And Kush in 11th position as well, also retiring from the session a little earlier than he probably would have liked to, unfortunately, and he is out of qualifying. You saw beautiful sunshine on that screen clip, but it is not beautiful at the moment now. However, the rain has gone away. So that track looks dry to me, but and it is dry because look, we got the soft tires in on all the drivers now. So yes, we are going to have a dry qualifying free here. This is a venture into the unknown now, isn't it? Because drivers have been slipping and sliding on a wet track, hasn't it? And now they got to go out and find the limits on a dry track. Then there's still going to be some puddles around. I have no doubt about that. German, the former champion, coming out of the pit lane on the Ferrari now. You can see that there is still water on the screen now. And that is being kicked up by those slick tires. But look at the heat haze coming off the track there. That is the water going back up into the air. But unfortunately, it's going to come back down, I think, for the race. Well, lovely on by the way from German. Absolutely beautiful. 17th there. But a techno, techno vibes out from German. Percy, I'm thinking about the intermediate tires there, but I think that when he's looking at from his onboard car monitor, there, of course, all drivers have a monitor, don't they, where they can see what their rivals are doing. They also have timing pages as well, and all kinds of stuff like that. They have a lot of information, don't they, from the garages there. But I think that Percy, according to the graphic there, is on the intermediate tires. He's not coming on the pitch yet, but I feel that Percy will be going back onto the slick tires surely, because it's too dry for the intermediate tires, I would hazard a guess then. We've got Brothers out of pit lane as well, Troy and Boxtel as well. As I've mentioned then in the build-up to qualifying 3, that it was Boxtel and Percy. 2 for Percy, 3 for Boxtel in terms of pole positions in the first 5 races there. But however, we still got 8 other drivers and there's wants pole position as well. So do not discount anyone out of this qualifying session. It's going to be fantastic. Might start getting heavy again then, Sirius Rusher was saying. And that might be the case indeed there, because there's still water droplets there on the German's car. And if that is the case, if Sirius Mushroom's right above that, then there's going to be a lot of drivers more red face in that Ferrari of German's as he comes across the line to start out. 5 drivers out on circuit, 5 in the pit lane at the moment. Let's see how this one goes. Of course, we are expecting rain in the race up. Let's go on forward with the season 6 world champion German, and he is now going to break down there. He's looking for the 100-meter board. No, he isn't. He's looking past that. Goodness me! And into turn 2, then taking a lot of curb on the outside there. Turn 2 is quite a difficult circuit, quite a difficult corner. Oh, but it's difficult as turn 3, and German has lost the rear end, and that I think shows of how difficult the track conditions are out there still. They still have to find the grip there. German, unfortunately, grip eluded him there, and he is now, unfortunately, swapped ends, hasn't he? What about Troy? A lovely arm, by the way, from Troy as well. I think if we do ever get Helmet of the Season, which I doubt we will, but well, I'm gonna get Helmet of the Season no matter what. But having said that, my memory is quite poor. Then now we're going to rejoin Troy. Then, unfortunately, German, we've got a problem at the final turn for someone. It is one of the not sure who it is. I think it is. Who's it? I'm not sure who that blue car is there, but it's Pease out of qualifying here, and my word there, and Pease has done a Damon Hill there, because Hill crashed there in 96, didn't he, in those appalling conditions, and Pease has done the same now. I think Franson crashed there heavily in practice as well, didn't he, one year, and he is out of qualifying. Pease is not going to be able to take part in, well, it's not going to be able to put a decent representative time down now, is he? He's got no time on the board, has he? All your times get wiped from qualifying too. Even that, if that is the case, and the track is considerably dried, and there's still water droplets on the screens out from Troy's machine out of the final turn. Then German has come back into the pits there. Across the line now, Troy goes fast on the 20.9 slick tires are the way to go here. And there's no doubt about that. Is Brothers then out of the final turn as well. This is his first race there with the Mercedes team, his first full-time drive, and he goes pole position then, 10th per second in front of Troy at the moment now. It's getting hot out there. Danger Times now has crossed the line in the Red Bull machine. What about Immortal? As I mentioned, he's been superb in the 100% league, hasn't he? He's also been superb when he has stepped in for the for the race as well, because he's, well, I'd say superb there. It's 50%. DRS has been enabled. Now, that is a crucial factor in this qualifying session. We don't have DRS yet, and that is the drag reduction system. That is the rear wing, and it opens up there, and of course, and that means it reduces drag there, which means the car gets quicker down the straights. And there's 2 DRS zones around here, not like more traditional circuits recently, where you have 3 or maybe, well, where you have 3 DRSs. We could have potentially had 4 in Australia. I would have said bring it on personally, but of course they reduced that by down to 3, because I think some people thought that was a bit too much there. Percy out the final turn. Percy's going to go pole position on there, 19.659 there, and that is a 2nd and 2 tenths in front of Brothers, and that does, but he does have the DRS there, didn't he, for the 2nd and 3rd sectors. So that just keep that in your thoughts there. But Percy is a very strong qualifier, if not his own right. So we'll see how this one goes. And here's Danger Times then, who's in the first 2 races then has been involved in the carbon fibre zone, as the qualifying has not been a strong suit for Danger Times. Of course, so he did win that incredible race in Imola, didn't he, a few weeks back. Then Danger Times goes 2nd fast, and he is 3 tenths second behind Percy at the moment, and that's a good qualifying performance so far from Percy, with just under 6 minutes to go, just over 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Liam, yeah, very much in the mix here. He doesn't want to be involved in any first lap calamities here tonight, does he? And here comes 66 out of final turn, and out of 16, and Haas car across the line, and he goes 3rd fastest. Great time indeed. He is just under a second quicker than Brothers at the moment. Router there, just coming up into the very fast Cox turn of 9 then. Out of turn 9 as well. He's gone wide there. That is a track invalidation for Router. He's going to be kicking himself on that. The car just drifted ever so slightly wide there. Immortal is still on course there with this lap at the moment on board the Alfa Romeo. And they're just going down into the new profile at turn 10 as well. Do not let the car run too wide then. I'm happier that they've got rid of that Mickey Mouse turn 10, 11 and 12 kind of thing, aren't they? So much more happier with that then. As we got a Alfa Romeo just off in front of us. I wonder if Router's going to come into the pits there, because that would have been his lap invalidated again. Of course, as he would have taken an advantage there by going considerably quicker, wouldn't he, out of that chicane. Here comes Immortal across the line. He goes 2nd fast. It's a 10th of a second, just over a 10th of a second away from Percy. They are coming for the pole sitter at the moment. Here's Boxtel. What can Boxtel do then? Let's go on board then. Well, Danger Times has gone quicker again. Then he's gone for 2 runs here. Danger Times has, and he is on pole position. That's his first pole position of the season thus far. But he has got 5 minutes then to hang on to that. I wonder if Danger Times got enough time to come back in the pits and throw another set of tyres. They've all got enough tyres for this qualifying 3 session. They could have all gone for 3 runs there, but unfortunately the track is not short enough for that. Look at that then, as we've gone purple in the first sector for Boxtel. He's quickest out of anyone so far. We've got an Alfa Romeo in front of us there. He pulls out of the way there. I was wondering if the Alfa Romeo was just too far in front there. He might have got a cheeky little slipstream there, but no, not quite then. And then not going too wide on that sausage curb either. Into Cox corner now then, and down the back straight. DRS and right on the money. Remember that Lucas Percy only had the DRS there for this 2nd and final sector. He did not have the DRS to start his lap, did he? That could be crucial in this qualifying session. Boxtel on board now. I love the over-the-shoulder shot. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And even with the halo obstructing some of our view, it still looks fantastic out there. You see still a little bit of rain droplets there. I'm not sure if that's from the sky or if that's from the tyres themselves. And out of the final turn there for Boxtel. And look at that, he's hugging the inside here. He's gone down the centre of the circuit. It's pole position. My golly gosh, I have been swept off of my chair with that one. That is absolutely sensational. We lived and breathed that lap, and it's a game-setting match now for the McLaren driver. Potentially the 2-time Constructors Champions are once again on top with Boxtel here, and I think everyone in the McLaren garage is going to be absolutely overjoyed at that there. And I think some of the drivers that sees that pop up on the monitor and on their onboard screens are going to be quite disgruntled to see that, because that is redonkulous, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, that is a 1.5 seconds quicker than anyone else out there at the moment. What about German then? Of course, German spun on his opening attempt then, and he's gone out early for this 2nd run here then, and German goes 2nd fastest. He's the 2nd man to the 17.9, saying, goodness me, the times are tumbling like a fruit machine here. Still Percy to go. Yeah, it's not over. Serious Rush was saying, absolutely, this is going to be a cracker, isn't it? To end off this incredible qualifying session. I've enjoyed this one. This has been one of the better ones of the season as it qualified. That's magnificent stuff indeed. German's, I don't think German's going to be able to get a 2nd time here. Well, on this lap anyway. I'm wondering if German may I'm wondering if Gurman may has he got enough time to come in the pits? I don't think he has. You know, I think it's too. I think he's. I don't think he's got enough time at all. That's it. I think that this might be him done and dusted out for Gurman. And as Serious Mush has said, then they're just gaining confidence. And drivers are everywhere on the circuit. Just in the background, Immortal coming out on circuit. I was like, where's that second car come from there? But he's just coming out the pit lane, wasn't he? So Gurman fast. Gurman second fast at the moment. It is Boxed Out who currently leads this at the moment. Let's take stock with 2.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. Boxed Out pole position, go for his full pole position of his season. Magnificent stuff indeed. Gurman is alongside him on row 1 at the moment. Gurman is coming back in the pits. He's got 2 minutes to go to get himself back out there. It's going to be tight for the Ferrari driver. Danger Times has gone for 2 runs there, and he's going to have time for 1 more, I'm sure of it. Percy in 4th position there. What has he got in the piggy bank? Liam, yes, superb in 6th position. They're on board with Mortal, who's currently 5th at the moment there. Remember he was fantastic in the 100% league, wasn't he, on Wednesday last week. We got Brothers in 7th position. Troy down in 8th at the moment there. Troy would like to be a bit higher up than that. Pease out of qualifying. He had a crash at turn 16. That is it for Pease, unfortunately. And we've got Wooter, who of course invalidated his time earlier on the session as well. So anything is all to play for still there. And Immortal is now has been preparing the car whilst I've been talking absolute hogwash. Oh goodness, we almost spun it to the right. The rear tyres are probably too hot now potentially for Immortal. And here we go. And this is it then. This is the last shot for Immortal, is it? Well, he may have time for 1 more run if he absolutely nails this up then. But now everyone only have time for 1 run. And Gurman, is he coming out of the pits? I think he is coming out of the pits. That is, I think it's too late for Gurman, but I think he's gonna have to really cut some chicanes there, isn't he, to try and get himself around there. Oh, of course, I didn't suggest that though. Shameful of me. Immortal first sector time. Half a second up then, pretty impressive stuff indeed there for Immortal then as he accelerates out of turn 4. I think that was that, and of course downhill into 5 as well. Then do not go onto the rumble strips too much there. Immortal, that was absolute pinch, absolutely inch perfect there, fantastic into oh goodness me, uphill chicane of 7 8, and that's a crucial chicane, and he's nailed it spot on there. Don't go onto the sausage curb beaver then into Cox corner, and look at that he didn't even go on the rumble strips there into turn 9, did he? He wanted to give that a wide berth indeed, a second and a half up in the second intermediate split time. Good time indeed then into the new reprofiled turn 10 as well, out of 11 and 12 and there's an Aston Martin of Percy just in front of us there. Of course I think Percy might be a bit too far in front here. Look at the traffic here. Are they going to get out of the way? Oh goodness gracious me, no they're not then. Is that going to affect Immortal here? Well, we'll find out then of course. And these new cars don't kick up as much dirty air. Immortal goes pole position up by half a second, and Gurman has not made it unfortunately. And that is going to be costly, I think, for Gurman there. And goodness gracious me, he's going to be devastated by that, I think. Unless my timing is wrong. I don't think my timing is wrong. I don't think that happens on this game, does it? But Gurman has not made it, unfortunately. And he is going to be third at the moment then. But I feel that is only going to be, yes, because look, Router's down to the 16.8s there. Unfortunately, I think Gurman is going to be dropping down the order now because the track is just getting better and better. Router's on pole position for the first time in his ALR career at the moment. But what, and now we're just watching Liam, going over the crest of the hill as well. Missed the timing, messed up there, had a good chance for Paul. Gurman is saying that he's kicking himself, isn't he? That Gurman he is going to be a frustrated Ferrari driver out of the final turn for Liam. He has not missed the boat, has he? And this is enough, his third fastest for Liam, a 17.5 for the Haas driver. And we're just looking at Troy. Here is Troy. He's down in 9th position about Troy is. That's a bit further back than what we're used to seeing. He's on the second row. Normally Troy is. So he needs to find something here. Has he? He has. He's on the front row of the grid. Magnificent. Brothers across line. That's pole position for Brothers. Fantastic. What about Boxed Out? Boxed Out's got pole position there. What about Danger Time? He's only 6th fastest. And Lucas Purdy's only 3rd fastest. And Immortal coming across the line. But I think Immortal has not done enough. So it's Boxed Out. Pole position. Number 4 of the season then. And his Brothers on the front row of the grid then for the Mercedes team. Magnificent stuff indeed. And well done indeed. So that's Boxed Out, 4th pole position. Well, that was crazy in of its own right. That's McLaren's second pole position as well for Boxed Out. He is really, he is living a life of luxury in these qualifying sessions so far, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed there for Boxed Out. That is his 6th career pole position then in his ALR career. He's really racking up these stats in terms of pole positions at the moment, isn't he? He's absolutely redonkulous there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Too close to Danger Times on my lap there, as Percy was saying then. What's down to Troy? Okay, he's woken up. Serious Russian saying, and yes, unfortunately, Percy was saying that to me he was too close to Danger Times, who Danger Times ended up 6 on the grid or 7. I think it was. I can't remember what it was now. Golly gosh, there it's absolutely flying. I was going to take off my jumper then and be a bit sly, but actually, I think it's still a bit too cold in here. It is a bit brisk in here at the moment, then, but now the start to the race goes on, and look, well, we thought it was going to be a wet start. Well, it's been completely not. Look at this beautiful sunshine out there. I absolutely love it. It's time to get my legs out, I reckon. Excuse me, I have to wet my whistle. Right. I hope you're all sitting comfortably because it's a time to begin. And the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. This is the 8th Spanish Grand Prix in ALR's history. Which which has been it's been a mixed bag, hasn't it, this Grand Prix? As we've had drama, we've had excitement, we've had tears, we've had joy, we've had everything, and his cat and his dog. And it is time to get racing in for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. This is round number 6 of the championship. I can't believe we're already in the 6th week of ALR returning. Goodness gracious me. And I remember when we started on that 60-day counter, and we're already flying into it. It's the last race of the last race of 2022 for ALR Gold. Then before we find 23 and we start off in Monaco of all places. Well, I was expecting rain at the start there. Elvis Presley line again, Serious Russia saying. Absolutely shocking, isn't it, there? Is that we was expecting rain, but it's anything but that. Hard tyres for the majority of the field then. So they have gone for, well, they've gone for more of the the option tyre rather than the prime tyre, haven't they here? Or is that the other way around? I don't know. I think I got that completely wrong. So medium tyres for Liam Yan for Germanet. So they're going to have a better start. I remember it's a long drag down into turn 1 here. It's one of the longest of the season. So that could be helping them. Same with Wesley, Markey, Yar and Gamer, but Yar is not in the session, so we've got 19 cars in, and that's unfortunate for Yar, as I don't think, unfortunately for Yar, he hasn't technically, last race he finished in Saudi Arabia round 2, so he's having a nightmare run there for Yar. Anyway, Boxtel, 6th pole position of the season, 6th pole position of his career for Boxtel. He's an absolute diamond dozen, isn't he, in terms of qualifying. Well, now qualifying there has been 4 for Boxtel, 2 for Percy. However, it's been 5 different Grand Prix wins in the first 5 races so far this season. Gold has been absolutely incredible. It has been gold, hasn't it? Boxtel pole position. Bradders, look at that, line up the rear tires. He is second here tonight, and this is David for the Mercedes. This is his second Grand Prix start in ALR. So he already got a podium already. Can he keep up that podium run here tonight? Lucas Percy leads the championship by 21 points from Reuter in second position. He's alongside his championship rival in third. Troy in 5th position. Of course, he was involved in some shenanigans in Imola and Miami. Can he have a clean pair of heels here tonight? He's dropped down to third in the championship. Amoto did really well here in 100% on Wednesday. Can he get back that magic from Wednesday? Danger Time's the champion, and of course he's missed a couple of races so far this season. Let's see what he can do then. But he has already run in Imola, and he's been on the podium in every single race he started. Liam 8th, German 9th, 10th is Pease. We've seen him crash in qualifying. Cush in 11th position, Vezi in 12th. Both made a hash in qualifying too. Markey 13th, Yar out of the race, and Gamer 16th, Glock down in 16th position. Then Mr. Rage and Glock disappointingly off there. Is pulling out position, and Chaz in 18th position, and he said he made too many errors. Green on his day for Red Bull in 19th, and Mumford lines at 20th on the grid then. 19 cars on the starting line then for the Spanish Grand Prix, as we now watch for the light set. We have 5 sets of lights to come on then, and we're just waiting for the rev set, and they are It's go here in Catalonia, and Boxtown gets away, I think, nicely, but Brothers has an incredible start, and he's already alongside Boxtown going into turn one here. Peace has got a free position already. I've had a dodgy camera angle there. Boxtown's in second position now with Rooter in third place alongside, is he? He's alongside Percy and Rooter. I've cut the blows, and Percy, the championship leader, has spun the car, and he is down in 19th position here. And oh goodness me, Brothers leads with Boxtown in second position. Well, the Gamer is dropped down a couple positions. Look how twitchy these cars are at the moment. And Danger Times is down in 7th position at the moment. And the champion, we got Kush and Wooter. And look at Liam. Yeah, those medium tires are absolutely splendid out there. Look at this. And he's gone alongside Peas. Peas' hard tires are still trying to get up to temperature. And that is helping him to no end. And Immortal is had a great start on with the third position. And same with Troy up 4. Peas is up 5 positions. Liam yeah, up 2 positions as well. Wooter's dropped down 5 positions as he's had a pretty disappointing start. But I think the biggest disappointment of all so far has to be as going up the contact between German and his synchronized spinner. There's cars all over the show down there. It's a mess. And there's an Alfa Romeo who spun off as well as Glock who spun off the circuit, and Mr. Rainsaid who's got himself up into 12th position now alongside Percy here. Percy dropping down into well, he's back up to 13th actually. Oh my goodness me, Gamer, Marky, German and maybe Glock was all involved in that. Lap one completed. The Brothers leads the way with Boxan at second position at the moment. And in second position now, Mortal, great drive from the third thus far. Troy in fourth position. We got Kush who is now trying to get past. German's got a 5-second penalty and he is I think he's got damage as well. Well, yeah, I think he must have damage. German does, and Mr. Rage has lost out to Percy, the championship leader, who has to come through the field. A nightmare start for the championship leader. German is changing the nose come there as it was getting a bit squeezy, was it, down in turn 10. Of course, that's the new profile, the new profiled Mumford, the second Ferrari, is off the circuit, and he is facing the wrong way at turn 4. Now, both Ferraris are 18th and 19th, and it's an appalling start here in Spain for the Ferrari team. And German's only just come out of the pits. He does have a 5-second penalty though, but of course he can't serve it. And his next time he comes into the pit lane on board of Liam, yeah, who's the highest runner on the medium tires. Is he? He is indeed. Then Wesley up in the 10th as well. We got Gamer in a 15th position, and Mark in 16th, also on the medium compound tires. Everyone else on the hard at the moment. They're going to have to. Everyone has to use 2 types of tire, wherever that is, the medium and the hard tire, or the medium and the or the hard and the medium tire, or maybe even the soft as well. But I don't think the soft tires can do very many laps around here, so I would say that probably the soft tire, unless there's a safety car right at the end of play here in this race. I can't see the soft tires being used too much. That DRS now been enabled as Percy's at the fast out races. He is trying to come back through the field after an appalling start here. He's been spun around. He's in clear out at the moment. He's got a I say he's in clear. He's got a 9/10 of a second deficit between himself and Wesley, who is currently in the top 10 moment. Chaz has dropped down in 15th position now. His Gamer has moved himself up into 14th position. Danger Time struggling for pace money. He's got the two Alpine, two Renault-powered Alpine cars all over his gearbox now. Danger Times has, of course, Danger Times a champion down in 7th position moment, but of course he does get much more. He gets stronger as the race goes on, doesn't he? Brothers still leads the way with Box on 6th position. Now Brothers, and only a second Grand Prix start here tonight, is having an absolutely incredible start to this one so far. Equals, let's go Aston Martin. Oh dear, your 40 equals then. Comments curse there as Banjo, what's happened? It's Mumford who's off the circuit there. He's the same corner. He's having real troubles there at the moment, isn't he? Liam, yeah, all over the back of Peas once again, but no dice around there at the moment. And by the way, I got 5th in 100%. Banjo almost got 4th bet. You're a machine, an absolute machine then. As we got Game of a 3-second penalty on board as Mumford's around, as Mumford's having some issues there. I mentioned, didn't I, in qualifying this, of course, you need a good setup around here, otherwise you're going to struggle. And as Mumford has just let his teammate through by the looks of it, look, we got a bit of a conga line now behind Immortal. Yes, indeed. Then. So Serious Rush got a very good 5th position as well. Banjo almost 4th there, but unfortunately just didn't go his way, did it, of course. But Fancher doing very well in the Silver Championship. I think he's got like 6 pole positions in a row, has he? I can't remember now. But of course, Nosey will remind you tomorrow night on Silver, of course, as we're looking at this as we've got a conga line now. As unbeknownst to me, Dave Thomas has lost out to Kush there whilst I was reading the comments. So shocking, shocking stuff from me there. But what is not shocking is Boxtel has now found a bit of time, hasn't he, over Boxtel. Boxtel's found a bit of time over Brothers, and it's now starting to reel him in there. Lucas Percy, update then, the championship leader is down in that position at the moment there. Of course, if you just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. What's happened then? Percy, we had a bit of synchronized spinning, didn't we? I don't know who it was, and I can't remember, to be honest. But I think, was it Immortal? I can't remember. Shocking something. Troy now in the 4th position. Well, Danger Time's down in 8th at the moment. We're on board the champion, who is just finding it a bit tough in the midfield at the moment. Of course, he's a ground effect cars, and Danger Time's won last season now with much more different style cars, haven't they? But of course, he has tamed these cars already with a Grand Prix win in Imola 2 weeks back. Brothers leads, and as just having a look there, Troy's having a sniff, but nothing more at the moment. Going down into turn 1. Lucas, I think, it's too far back, but Sam Green ain't going to be able to defend that one, is he? Because Gamer's through already and passes the Red Bull driver and moved himself up into 13th position, and he's on the medium tires, of course. Gamers, he's also got a 3-second penalty. Sam Green now is trying to come back at him, but I think the Gamer may have this one done. But I think that this battle will come back to Green, I think, later on this race. And Chaz are down in 15th as well after making a meal in qualifying, and now it's going to be a very painful race for Chaz, unfortunately, as this track is very difficult to overtake. I would say it's probably only one realistic overtaking opportunity. You may have an opportunity down into turn 10, but I think I think that probably the most safest opportunity is down into turn 1 now. Watching Troy at the moment, you can see in front of us there, you can see the leader, can't you? There, P's in a very strong 5th position. Same with Liam, yeah, in 6th as well. Kush getting past Danger Times is really has turned his race on his head, hasn't it? He is now in his 7th position. Kush is there, and he'll be very interesting because Danger Times is now out of DRS here of Kush, and that means that Wooter is going to be very interesting. You can see he's got DRS already, and there he goes. And Danger Times is not going to be able to defend that. He's lost the DRS, and because he lost the DRS, so Danger Times just dropping down into 9th position on the Red Bull at the moment, unfortunately, and then down into but here comes Percy. Percy's done a great job, but there was a lot of issues down at turn 10 which helped him back up the order, but still he is in 11th position now, and we got yellow flag down into turn 1. It's green. It's the second Red Bull off the circuit, and he is spun into the very pesky turn 2. He has to make sure it doesn't light up the tyres there for green, and he hasn't done. So yes, he just needs to calm those tyres down, because I think that's what happened to Mumford earlier on this race. And Troy getting a bit throttle happy there. Lovely shot from Pease's rear end here, and he is we're looking back at Liam, yeah, who's dropping back. He's 6/10 of a second back, but you can see that that's well, I think that's a blue car, but it looks green, doesn't it, from the heat, through the heat haze there. But those Alpine cars are going to be very dangerous in this race. Kush and Wooter are looking very intrigued to cause all kinds of mischief here for the top runners. Morsel's out of DRS range, I think, of Boxtel. That is going to be crucial, I would say. Troy, who's almost out of DRS range as well, actually, there. He's had a bit of a nightmare out of that chicane, and this is going to allow Percy to potentially get up to the back here. Wooter has set the pass on the race. He's absolutely setting the circle up, and Brothers has dropped down the order, and he is down into second position now, because Boxtel takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Mortal 1.3 seconds back. Mumford's got a 3-second penalty as I think frustration for the Ferrari driver down at the back of the field. Pease is having a sniff on the inside of Troy. Troy is going to get very defensive here. He needs to stay in the DRS range of Immortal, though. If he doesn't, he is going to be in a very precarious situation. Vesey at the moment, who is in 10th position. Now, he's doing a very good job to hold off first one. Now, Vesey needs a good points here tonight, doesn't he? He's only on 1 point so far in the AlphaTauri. Oh, excuse me. Good heavens, sir. I apologise. I couldn't find my mute button for once, sir. As I've tried to get after me shenanigans that happened in Australia where I need the mute button, and then I was talking to no one for about 5 minutes. I've moved it well out the way, but unfortunately, because I've moved it well out the way now, if I ever forget to breathe and just randomly start choking on air, that's not going to do well, is it? Who is that? Is that Immortal? Is that Immortal with a very snaky rear end there, and he is going to be in peril. But how in peril is he going to be? Well, for the Boxtel, for Brothers. Look, here's Prue. He's going to have a look. He's down the inside and he takes third position. Troy does that. But no. And look at Immortal. That is beautiful textbook, yes, but he's going to go the inside here. And Immortal, look at this. And it's Troy. He's using all the earth he can. And he's going to go the inside to 4 here. And that is the way to do it there. Of course, the 2 Mercedes drivers in 2016 could have managed that. But Troy and Immortal's done fantastic. And now Troy up into 3rd position. Has he got the pace to get out the Brothers and Box Tower? He has to get out of the DRS range here. German has had an issue there. He is not happy. I think it was him and Vesey that have come to blows, which is I think it was down in turn 10 there. It was a late lunge, wasn't it there? Yeah, I think we only seen the end of it there. Or to be honest, I don't really know. I think I'm not sure if it's a racing incident or not, because I can't remember. But German is not having up. Percy, as Serge said, he's driving angry. He is now up into 10th position now, and getting past Danger Times, who's unfortunately sinking down the order. He's got no pace at the moment, has he? Unfortunately. Lucas Percy hasn't got the sorry, not Lucas Percy. Danger Times hasn't got any pace at the moment on that lap 8 of this Grand Prix, which is going to be very disappointing. As Brothers is now starting to drop back slightly. He's still in the DRS range, but it's not enough. Immortal's also trying to drop back as well. He's had great pace at the opening stage of this race, but now he has dropped down into 5th position, and he's lost 2 positions in 2 laps here in the Alfa Romeo. Unfortunately, great driving between Immortal and Troy is fantastic. Box Tower's got a 3-second penalty. Golly gosh. That is going to be costly potentially for Box Tower, who's 4th in the championship. This is going to get very interesting. Immortal is trying to come back out there. Liam, yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to Immortal. Has he cooked the tires already? He's on the harder tire, isn't he? Is he too hard on those hard tires there? Is Immortal going to have to go to a 2-stop strategy just because of the tire wear? But that is going to be absolutely incredible for me, because of course Liam Year's on the medium tires and he is doing a great job. He hasn't cooked them at all. Is Immortal struggling with the tire around here? Remember, he did so well, didn't he, in the He did so well, didn't he, in the 100% league? But of course, Immortal is struggling at the moment. No, it's at this stage of proceedings I didn't call. But Liam Yeh is going to be very interested in this area. He's going to be hungry for that 5th position. Liam Yeh doing a strong drive today, and Mr. Rage also over the 12 as well. As I said, that has been the team of the season for me over all the 4 leagues. They've been fantastic, haven't they? Oh, no, not because I'm sucking up to Mushroom Beaver. As I'm just watching Brothers, and he's too far back at the moment. Liam, yeah, I don't think it's too far back. No, we're on board, and this could be 3 positions lost in 3 laps. So I think Liam, yeah, is too far back. Rooter has that's not Rooter, that's Rooter. Rooter has just got past Kush and moved himself over to a 7th position there. Percy all over the back of Vesey at the moment. Vesey on the medium compound tires, like Liam, yeah, who's all over the back here, but he's not close enough from Immortal just yet. Then Immortal's struggling here. I'm a bit dumbfounded by that. As he let's get the telemetry up, shall we? Has he used he's only got 11. I think that he's used a lot of battery, hasn't he? But so is Troy as well here. But is that the issue potentially? We're not sure. We'll keep an eye on that one for now. But yes, Immortal having real problems in that Alfa Romeo at the moment. Glock down in 16th position there. Unfortunately, a bit of a miserable debut for Glock tonight in the Alfa Romeo. As we've already heard in the commentary, he is not a fan of these 2022 machines at the moment, is he? But hopefully he can. He is a talented driver, isn't he? As I said, he is the former silver champion, and you're not a champion ALR without driving around a few issues there. Unfortunately for Mumford, he's having a bit of a nightmare race out here at the moment. And look at these drivers, they are very much condensing up now, aren't they? I think that I thought the gap was smaller than that, I said, but no, it's still about a second between that 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Liam Yeh is the closest driver. Rooter setting up fast out the race, and that is warning signs there for Liam Yeh to get the job done ASAP. Pease is through, and he's up into 3rd position. Liam Yeh is through and up into 5th position. Great move from Pease. This is what we've wanted to see for Pease since round 1 in Bahrain, and now he has found his edge. Great stuff indeed. Lucas and Lucas and Vesey were very close into turn 2, I think it was there, but there is still status quo in 9th and 10th position at this moment in time. Oh, magnificent stuff, man. And look at this, and Liam Yeh's next target is Troy, but Pease doing a great job, isn't he? He's really found the sweet spot tonight, Pease has, hasn't he? There, he's a 5-time Grand Prix winner in ALR, isn't he? So he's no slouch, car 7 in the Williams, and he is absolutely pushing that Williams on now, doing a great job. And of course, he's been a bit unlucky. He's had a few nightmare races, but now he's found the sweet spot, hasn't he? Troy in 4th position, Liam Yeh 5th, and Mortal is still dropping back in 6th, and now he's got Rooter, who has been the quicker of all these batch of 8 drivers. And of course the top 8 is all separated by a second or less, and it's been an absolutely incredible start. And as we're only a third of the way through this race, so many more twists and turns to go in this race, and more importantly, Boxtal has got a 3-second penalty. No other drivers have just yet. Pease has set the fast up of the race there, and he is hunting down Brothers now for that second position. And Wouter, who is about I think you need to be a bit closer. You need to be about 3/10 of a second away over the start finish line now. Serious Russian gone, Leo. Yeah, we've seen Percy spin and go back to the front before. He has every right to be angry after that spin. After that spin at the start. Fat and Joe is saying, and apologies guys, I'm trying to give you the comments and the action out here tonight. Thank you very much for giving up your Sundays as well, especially on this very snowy and wintry evening. And if you're in the UK, Gamer is off the circuit there at turn 3 in the second Aston Martin and Marquis. That was very good awareness there from Gamer, because unlike me, I probably would have completely wiped out Marquis there because I'm a fool and I don't check my mirrors there. But unfortunately for Gamer, he's dropped down to 15th position. It's a difficult circuit, isn't it? Gamer, I think, did he finish? I'm sure he finished in the points as well, 100% lead, didn't he? Of course, we're doing a lot of who's that in the background there? Percy's having a look in this way and that way, but Vesey will not be deterred. What they did, the gap is 2 seconds between the 2 Alpine drivers, and Percy would need to get past the ASAP now, I would say, because he can still, as Serious Rich said, he has come back through the field before, but the gap is starting to increase now. Ferrari off the circuit there, and I think that's Mumford just getting out of the way then of the cars, and so he can just settle himself down and keep a rhythm there. Is when you're getting lapped, then the amount of time you lose there, you lose about 3 or 4 seconds to blue flags there. It is very difficult to unlap yourself, isn't it, in this game now? It's absolutely brutal. Fair play to Mumford though to keep going here, and we got to Percy on the outside, Bessie on the inside. Great manoeuvre, great racing into turn 1 once again, and Percy's through and up into 9th position. That is a crucial manoeuvre there for the championship leader. He is, I'm not sure if he's got damage or whatnot, Percy has there, but he's come back through the field, and he is now 2 seconds away from the 2 Alpine drivers there. He needs to now start to put in some decent lap times here. And we got Mr. Rage and Danger Times. Danger Times down 11th position at the moment. Now, he's just gone backwards in this race so far, Danger Times has, hasn't he? Mr. Rage has gone forward after an appalling qualified. He's not moved himself up into 12th position. Good 17. Liam Yeh, his teammate, in 5th so far, hasn't made much headway on the drivers in front, but someone who has, look at this, it is Pease. He is driving absolutely out of his skin. He is standing up in the seat of this Williams car now. He is hustling that machine as we come across the line on lap 14 of this one. Pease has absolutely got a bee in his bonnet, hasn't he? And he is driving sensationally well. This is what Pease can do. It is incredible, isn't it? He's gapped the time down quite considerably in the last lap or two. Incredible stuff for the 5-time Grand Prix winner. As anyone who wants to cue any Booker T references, then I'm high five you. Serious was saying, cue the Jaws music. Then it certainly is. Into the pits comes Gamer. I wonder if the medium tires has gone out for Gamer potentially there. Mortal has now stabilised the issue there. I wonder if we had a car problem now. I wonder if there's a technical issue there for Mortal, because in those 2 laps there, he really struggled, didn't he? Maybe he had a lot of ERS usage then, or perhaps then it was just something else that was affecting him. Whatever the case may be, Immortal has stabilised the issue. Remember, in 94, Michael Schumacher was stuck in 5th gear, wasn't he? And somehow he brought that Benetton Ford home to finish 4th, didn't he? In a second, amazingly. And I wonder if Immortal's having something similar to this happening in the car now, potentially. I'm not too sure, though. What I am sure about is that this race is not even a half distance here, and this is still all to play for. It's been an absolutely incredible race there. Only one retirement so far, which is Jar, who did not make the start there as he exited the session quite early on, unfortunately. It's a shame really, because he did very well in qualifying. When I think he started, I think he qualified 12th, didn't he, or something like that. Into the pits comes Vesely, the second pit stop runner to come into the pits at Danger Times. Looks like he has found, no, he hasn't. He's actually 2 seconds back then. I was looking at the wrong gap there, because I actually missed the Rage, and who is close to the back at Danger Times now. So Vesely into the pits, Markey into the pits as well then. So yes, the only driver who's still out on circuit on the medium tires is this man here, which is Liam Yeh, but he's making it work like an absolute dream now, because he's still only 4/10 a second back from Liam Yeh. I wonder if Liam Yeh might be thinking about, yes, I can go for the undercut here, come into the pits there from the hard tires and jump the two in front of him. Potentially, we could jump all of them in front of him, you know, if he has an absolutely exquisite outlook. But the problem is for Liam Yeh is he has to find a gap in the field there. He does not want to. He does not want to be involved in any battling, does he? If he wants to do the undercut, of course, that's when you come in the pits, and when you come in the pits and the other drivers are still out on circuit. But of course, all the drivers in front of him are on the hard tires. So Liam Yeh potentially has a chance of leading this Grand Prix, and he could potentially have a chance of winning this race as well. He's driving superbly well here tonight, but he is staying out there, so he's not going for an attacking strategy yet. I'm wondering if the Haas team are trying to find a gap for him then, but he's running out of birds, so you can see on his dashboard that he hasn't got much left, and he's also at DRS range as well here, which is going to allow a motor to have a sniff down the inside, but not quite. I think the Haas team are trying to find a gap for him to come out in. So if he comes in the pits now, I think there's a decent gap between Chaz and Glock, and there's also there's a couple of gaps in the midfield here, but Liam Yeh is struggling on this lap, but Troy is also struggling on this lap as well, actually. His P's is absolutely lining up the timing sheets once again, and so Gamer, Markey and Vesely have all come in the pits. We're keeping on Vesely's time then in regards to Percy and the two Alpine cars as well, but I think the two Alpine cars might be a bit outside of his undercut window. Serious Mushroom, there's a potential, the Serious Mushroom potentially saying that it might be a semi-wet setup, which Immortal's struggling in, but that is still pretty impressive stuff indeed, isn't it, for Immortal? So yes, I think that might be the reason actually, isn't it, for Immortal. What Immortal struggling, especially in the straight lines there. Of course, you do need a bit of a thicker rear wing, don't you? You need a thicker rear wing, don't you? When it's a bit wet, then I would hazard a guess. And who's that gone wide then? I'm not sure who that was. I think that might have been Liam Yeh going a bit wide. Into the pits. Now that's a surprise. So Liam Yeh is coming in. So they're all coming into the pits now. Then Bradders and Boxtow's in the pits, and Liam Yeh in the pits as well. So they've all spotted a gap. I think their teams have spotted a gap. Into the pits comes the racing in the Boxtow. He's onto the medium compound tyres. He should get out in front. As Liam Yeh got out in front of Bradders. He hasn't. He hasn't stopped yet. Apologies. I was getting completely excited there. Shocking stuff in the box out of the pits now. They have spotted a gap then. That's perfect. That is perfect. And what about the Haas Bradders and box out? That's perfect stuff indeed. That Liam Yeh has come out behind Glock here. He will have fresher tyres, but I think the Glock would like. I think he would like to get out of the way of Glock quite quickly here. Mumford's got a 3-second penalty. Pease leads with Troy in second position. Morton in third. Wooter is now in fourth position and chasing down Immortal. So I'm quite surprised at half this. It looks like the performance in the medium, the hard tires is so minimal here, isn't it? And we've got a Ferrari off in the background. Who is that? That's Mumford off and having a bit of a nightmare race because there's no safety car either so far from Mumford. So it's just a bit of a downward spiral for the Ferrari driver. Gurman also downward spiral for him as well because there's been no safety car. Gurman and Mumford unfortunately involved in some first lap shenanigans has really has really hurt them, hasn't it, in this one? Still no pit stop set for Pease or Troy, or into the pits comes Kusha. Now let me float a idea around to you guys. Do you think, we'll think about that idea in a minute, because here comes Wooter up into third position there, and this is crucial in the championship, isn't it? Wooter is second in the championship there, of course, doing a superb job. Then Percy is out with him, doing fifth position. He's 2 seconds away from this battling duo at the moment. And I think the question is, do you reckon these drivers are going to try and hang it out and go into the soft tires? Are the soft tires a viable option at this stage of the Grand Prix, or is that a risk too far? Liam Yeh has come out behind Kush here, so I'm surprised to see that. As Liam Yeh, I'm wondering if it's that bit of tyre warm-up issue there for Liam Yeh. Of course, is that why the drivers went on the hard tyres originally? And because of the tyre warm-up, the harder tyres are taking a longer time it's taking a long time to warm up here, haven't they? And I'm wondering But that is what a lot of drivers went on to the hard tires to start in the mediums. And interesting stuff here. Brothers is still keeping up with Box Talon, pushing the race leader, or the de facto race leader when it all said and done. Then what we expect. So anyway. Sauce of rubbish here, Serious Mushroom was saying then, so that has put my theory to bed, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me. But Serious Mushroom says Mumford's had such a rubbish season, I want to see him further up. But I think that Mumford's been very unlucky as well, because I think there's been some races where he's been on the fringes of the points and it was just didn't go too well there. Well, I thought that Wouter and Pease was in the same car then. Of course, they are in the very similar blue. Into the pits comes down Pease, and he's now onto the medium tyres. There's 2 laps extra, 2 laps less on those medium tyres. Yellow flag in 2 and 3 as one of the McLarens, I think, is recovering. Brothers set the fast out of the race. Boxtel and Brothers is now. Brothers is up into the lead in front of Boxtel. He's not in the lead just yet, as I am counting me chickens before they hatch yet. Wouter is now into 10th position right in front of Glock, but Glock is trying to go on the inside here, and there's contact, and Wouter's not going to be happy with that at all, is he there? As they came out side by side, and but Wouter luckily controlled the car, but that is not going to help him. And look, here comes Kushten on board with the Alpine car. Oh my goodness me, as Glock, he had every right to go for it, I suppose, didn't he? But it was very much in the line of fire of Wouter, wasn't it? Yellow flag in 2. Mumford is always in the wall, I think he is, and it's a safety car. It is a safety car. Yeah, Mumford has gone off in a huge way, and this safety car is, now this is going to be interesting. Is this safety car going to help Troy, Immortal, and Percy, you know, and Danger Times? Oh my goodness gracious me. And now then, and let's see how this one transpires. But here comes Brothers and Boxtel, the former race leaders, or second and third at the moment. Oh, sorry, they were leading this race first and second, weren't they? And now all of a sudden, it's all been turned on its head, hasn't it? But yes, while Wouter was lucky there, he was indeed there. I wouldn't be happy if I was Wouter. Mumford, a bit of a miserable race. Troy has been serviced out of the pit lane now. Here he comes then. Has he done enough here? Is this going to be the race lead for Troy? Oh my goodness me! And Troy takes the lead, and the Brothers is in second, and Boxtel in third position there. And this has really changed the race on its head here, hasn't it? And look at Percy. He has been pulled back into this race as well. He's just in front, or is he? He's had to let Immortal go, I think. He has had to let Immortal go, and Pease in fifth, Percy in sixth position here. Oh my goodness me, and this has really brought the and look at Liam Yeda, and I think Liam Yeda, this safety car has hurt Liam Yeda the most, hasn't he? Because he's now in the pits in front on the medium tyres here. So anyone who started on the hard tyres is starting on the medium then has been absolutely hurt by this, and it's usually the other way around. But it's Troy with 4 laps younger tyres leads the Grand Prix here. As Serious Rush said, Liam should go medium tyres. That's exactly what he's done. But that has really hurt Liam. Yes, incredible race, hasn't it? Because he didn't deserve that at all. And I think Brothers and Boxtel are going to be very unhappy with this as well. But this has brought Immortal back into the game. Troy now leads the Grand Prix. Percy's now back in this battle as well. Now in front of his closest championship rival. Who would have thought that a couple of laps ago as well? Lap 20 out of 33 here. This is going to be a very interesting finish to the end then. And Gurman's got an opportunity as well to get himself back in this race. Well, he's been torn around the back of the field all the way through this race so far, but he's done a good job to stay in this. Mumford was doing a great job up until where he had an issue there, and it was quite a horrific shunt there. No, there was definitely no question for a safety car. On the map, we've seen that Mumford went in quite heavily, and went in quite heavily there, and and the car went across the circuit from the map. By the looks of things, we're only judging it from the circuit map because we didn't see it on the screen at all then. Troy up there for thinking, down there for dancing there. Goodness gracious me. Well, he is certainly doing a great job now. So we're over half distance in this race. Let's take stock. It is Troy leads the race with Brothers in second. Third position is Boxtel. Immortal in fourth. Great drive from Immortal today. Absolutely fantastic. Really good stuff indeed there from Immortal. He's done well 100%. And he's doing well again here tonight. Pease, what a shame in fifth position there. And I think that he was less than half a tenth per second between himself and Immortal. But unfortunately, he is now behind Immortal. And that could cost him his battle for the Grand Prix lead here, but Pease doing a great job nonetheless. In sixth position, Percy's got himself back up there after having issues. After having issues in that first lap spin. Seventh position is Wouter. Eighth is Kush. Of course, Wouter lost a lot of time then with his clash with him and Glock. Then wasn't it? They were side by side going down turn one then, and of course Glock very much not letting that one go, was he? Ninth position is Danger Times. Lack pace, as did the championship leader. As they really struggled struggling around here Danger Times has, but let's see how this one goes. Mr. Rage in 10th position, great drive so far from Mr. Rage once again. Chaz in 11th position, also a stupendous drive for Chaz. Glock in 12th, 13th is Liam Yeh, unlucky for Liam Yeh. Green in 14th, Vesley, and this safety car has really hurt Vesley, down in 15th position there. Gamer in 16th, got Marky 17th, and Gurman may have a new leash of life in 18th position there. Mumford out of the race, crash at this turn here at Cox Corner, and also George did not take the start there as he exited the session in qualifying, and it was out of the race there. Pete still has a great chance. There's much to say he does indeed, because he has got such pace, hasn't he? Jar has in that Pete has got in that Williams. Hasn't he? He's done a great job. Safety car, I think, will be out for one more lap potentially, and then we'll be back racing with about 2/3 of the race to go. Then with 11 laps to go. And Percy will be on a mission as well. Serious much was saying that it's all for broke. I think that, oh yeah, we're going to have one more lap on the safety car. I'm wondering if anyone's got any spare medium tyres there. Well, I wonder if anyone might come into the pits, you know, and get a fresh set of boots out for the end of this race, because that'd be crucial, wouldn't it? I don't think, Serious Richard said that the soft tyres is absolutely useless around here, so I don't think anyone will throw on the soft tyres now. It's too early, I think, isn't it? I think the soft tyres I think they're going to do about 6 or 7 laps anyway, the best. Gurman is coming into the pits now, isn't he? And let's see what he could do then. I think that did Gurman start on the hard tyres, and I can't remember, unless or did he start on the medium tyres, because they would have done one lap there, but he's in the pit. He's on the soft tyres. Gurman is there, so Gurman is very much throwing past against the wall here, seeing if it sticks, and he's now coming back out of the pits. Goodness gracious me, this is going to get very interesting now. But I think the soft tyres are going to fade off, but let's see how this one plays out there. Of course, we race on track, not on paper, of course, but it's going to be a stretch for Gurman to get those tyres to the end, surely. So, with just 11 laps to go in this race, then penalties for Boxtel, penalties for Gamer as well. That could cost them. That could cost both drivers here. Gamer down in 16th position, but Boxtel, who was in the race, that Brothers just overtook Boxtel, but I think it was a lap or two after their pit stop. So Boxtel would like to get that position back at the moment there, but for Boxtel, I feel that, of course, he's been on a great battle between himself and Brothers, but the safety car has really invited Troy into the battle. As the safety car's in the end of this lap, then let's have a breather. And it is going to be a deep breath now, isn't it, for these drivers then? And when are they going to drop the hammer then? And when are they going to go? Well, of course, this is the only safety car I've had so far in this race, haven't they? It's been very good so far this race. I've really enjoyed this one. It's just been the best of the season. Goodness gracious me, that's a very hard claim to make, Sean, isn't it? It very is indeed then. All right then, Gurman, watch him. He's going to be coming through the field quite quickly here, but those soft tyres, I think, are going to struggle towards the end here. Gurman has numbers to lose. Great move, good move. Serious Russell was saying that. Alpha Tara then. Troy, who's already won a race this season, he would love to win a second one, but of course, let's see how this one goes. And we're back racing in Spain in full, just 11 more laps now. And the Citroen's already on Prees has had a pretty difficult start, I think. Was that Immortal who's had a difficult start? I think it's Immortal who's had a difficult start, actually. Going down in so when the Brothers and only a second race would be, love to be the 6th man to win a race here this season. Let's see how this one goes with Brothers in second, Boxtel in third position, Immortal 4th, Prees in 5th position now. 6 is Percy there, and Danger Thompson is the second back already. He's really struggling out there, Danger Thompson there. He's lacking pace here tonight, the champion is, isn't he? And I'm quite surprised by that. And look at this, and Boxtel all over the back of Brothers head, as Brothers is defending more than attacking at the moment, isn't it? Because Boxtel knows that he's got a 3-second deficit, which he has to, which unfortunately is going to add to the end of his race time, and that is going to really hurt him down there, as Liam Yeh is currently all over the back of Glock, and as Gurman is now up into 17th position. He's overtaken Mark Hughes, dropped down into 18th at this moment. So then I think a very calm restart here, hasn't there? But Troy has taken off, hasn't he? He's absolutely put his toe down here on board with Box out here, the pole sitter, who in the moment he's he got a very low conversion rate for pole position there. Unfortunately, very much similar to Leclerc at the moment, but unlike Leclerc, at least he could finish the race, can he? Box out can, but he's really struggling at the moment now to get these pole positions converted, and he is now quite a long way back. Man, see both Brothers and Box out a long way back. Troy has absolutely nailed this start, and in clean air. He is absolutely flown here. Mortal is out of DRS range already from from Boxtel, which means that Pease and Percy would like to get past quite quickly. German's got past Gamer and moved himself into 16th position now. Pease getting a bit wide there, but so Percy is looking very much intrigued at this stage. DRS will be available at the end of this lap here, at the end of this lap then, so may make overtaking slightly more, but may make the overtaking slightly more easier than, because at the moment it seems to be very tricky out there. Brothers is just about in DRS range, with Boxtel equally just in the DRS range of Brothers as well. Pease has still very much got a chance here, as does Percy as well, but I feel, no disrespect to Mortal, but I think he might be the cork in the bottle at this stage of proceedings. Everyone is on the medium tires to the end of the race. It was a sensible decision to make, judging with the laps left, and then the medium tires have done absolutely well, done really well in that first stint today. They did very well. Liam, yes, stint was fantastic, but he's going to be unhappy about what's going on here. German now up into 15th position, flying through the field like a hot knife through butter is German. Boxtel has found a lot of pace in that middle sector here, hasn't he? And he will have DRS then, of course, out of the Cox turn, and then, of course, out of turn 16 as well on this lap. He's a bit too far back at the moment now. I think German is the only driver, as we've got a car off. It's the McLaren of Marky, who's had an issue there as well. And he's very much got a similar Vive helmets to his teammate there, Marky has, but down in 18th position now. But a quiet race for the second McLaren, unfortunately, here tonight then. It is a tough circuit, isn't it? It's a nightmare if you can't get into the groove of things, definitely. And Marky has left the session now, and as German's off the circuit, and I'm wondering if those soft tires have already had an issue. I think Marky's had damage as well, but German off the circuit now. I'm wondering then if did he push those soft tires too hard, or was there something else that was going to be a ride out on board Boxtel now. Then of course Boxtel, the pole sitter, he is already out of deployment already in that McLaren. Goodness gracious me, that is not good, is it, from his point of view? So he is going to struggle down the back straight, but I think he was desperate to keep himself in the DRS, wasn't he? That's why he's probably deployed so much. And just watching from the third place man Boxtel at the moment as we go over the chicane as well. Hopefully the chicane won't be on the next game, but potentially, if the rumours are right to be believed here. Troy is still in DRS range, obviously he would like to have broke that within 2 laps, but he hasn't done so. He has failed to do so on this occasion, and now we've got Percy all over the back of Pease, but I think that they're a bit too far back at the moment there. But he has certainly now started to get his eye into this one as the Marquee out of the race. Unfortunately, that's our third retirement, albeit his car is still running. German said the tires have already cooked, unfortunately. Yes, Sirius Russian did mention that the tires was going to be a stretch for those tires there, wasn't it, unfortunately? But German backed down his head position. A bit of a nightmare race for German, wasn't it, in this one, unfortunately, but it all came awry at the end of the lap there. A word for shot, Fangio was saying, Sirius was saying softs are bad then. Back on board now with Boxtel, the 6-time pole sitter at the moment. He is currently struggling down in, I say he's struggling down for a position, but that 3-second penalty, he could be potentially down as low as 6 at the moment now for Boxtel. So he's got an awful lot of racing to do here. Brothers is now starting to put the pressure on Troy, as we got a Mortal who's also put on a spurt as well. Troy is struggling here. He has still got a lot of Versa, but Troy is struggling at this moment, and they are now starting to reel him in then on lap 26 out of 33 here for Troy. Out of the final turn, then this is going to be edge of the seat stuff here then. And there it is at lap 26 or 27, I should say, then 5-ish laps to go. I have no idea. But we got Troy, then we got Boxtel. Look at this and line up, but here comes Pease. Pease is going for it. He's having a look, but he didn't get the job done there. I'm surprised by that. I thought that he would have shot past it, but he just didn't, did he? Yeah, not like earlier on the race. And Immortal seems to be much happier, isn't he? I think he might be more happier on those medium tyres than potential Immortal is. But because he's also really started to gain into the back here. Troy taking a much tighter line there, which ain't going to help the tyre performance, I don't think. Well, what do I know? I'm just a ginger man who talks nonsense for an hour and a half. We're just watching Troy. He is in 7 and 8 then. We got Brothers, then we got Boxtel, and then look in the background, we'll have Immortal as well. There he is. Then we've got Pease and Percy. That is the top 6, almost in the same camera shot here. DRS will be down into turn 10. Look at these top 6 here. We've got Rooter also involved in it, could also be involved as well. Danger Times is not too far away either. 17 cars remain, and I haven't put the table back up there, which is shocking stuff. And look at this, Pease and Percy would like to, are probably going to be very intrigued in each other. Down into 1 and 2 now. Out of turn 15 and out of 16 as well. And here it comes then. So Brothers, who is Brothers has 6 tenths a second back. I think that might be too far back, but Percy is not too far back at all. Pease is 4 tenths a second back, and look at Moto is defending. But look at this, it's a DRS train now. It's not. It looks like they're all being neutralised by this DRS train. So now then, this is going to get interesting. It's going to be very much about clever use of deployment here. Green is dropped down into 15th, but Liam is out of the race, unfortunately. And I think he's going to be devastated with that safety car. Immortal has gone wide there, and I think that the Haas team would be very disappointed. And look, Gamers spun off as well here. They are really pushing. They are really pushing. Immortal probably took some wing off, is what Serious Mush was saying, and I think the Haas team should have had a lot more here, because I thought Pease was off into the hedge stand. I think that the Haas team deserved a lot more than a point today, because they've driven superbly well, haven't they? But people might start to accuse me of being a Haas fan. They've been superb this season, I must say that. And they, as I've already mentioned in the broadcast, they've been my team of the season, and I think that Mr. Rage has been my driver of the season so far from Gold as well. Now with Troy, half a second. Brothers back from Brothers, half a second back from Brothers is Boxtel. 6 tenths is Immortal. Then we got 4 tenths for Pease, 3 tenths for Percy. And look at this, and yellow flag then is Liam Ye's car coming to rest at turn 4. No dice so far, and once again the DRS very much neutralising, and Wouter is also in this part as well. He's now in DRS range of Percy as well, but Percy at the moment is gaining 2 points over his championship rival Wouter. And Mr. Rage has got past. Danger Times is in trouble. Oh, he's off the circuit, and Danger Times is now going to be. It's not going to get any points at this stage. Thank goodness me! I can't remember the last time Danger Times didn't score any points. Rooter is off the circuit as well, and Wouter's off the circuit. The tires started to fall apart. They've only done 10 laps, but Rooter has dropped down into 10th position, and Mr. Rage is up into 9th. Chaz is up into 9th. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Chaz and Mr. Rage, possibly driver of the day for those two. Potentially, they've been magnificent, haven't they? On board with Percy now, and he doesn't have to worry because Wouter's made a mistake. We think he's made a mistake. Both Wouter and Danger Times on almost exactly the same time. Have both had some issues there, and I wonder. That's why I thought it might have been tires there potentially. Look at this queue here. 4 laps to go in this race, and Troy, Brothers, Boxtal, Immortal, Pease, and Percy. Any one of those 6 drivers could win this race. Boxtal might have to work a bit harder than the rest, though, because of course he has got a 3-second penalty to get out of the way. Then Wouter's back up into 9th position, getting past Chazza, back down into turn 1. Look at these cars, and goodness me, Lionel Stern, we'll see Kush. There he is as well. My word, then. And Glock is got past Chazza. Chazza's dropping down. What's happened to Chazza? Chazza is in major peril here. Danger Times is out of the race, and they're dropping quite considerably now. Glock has found his way up into the points after what has been quite a low key debut in the Alfa Romeo, but he's done superbly well to keep himself in this one. The Serious Russian driver of the day. Haas don't get driver of the day awards, and laugh out loud indeed. Of course, I think that we might get one here today. Surely we'll get one here today, I reckon. Troy is still leading this race, and lap 30 out of 31. Sector 1 is Danger Times' car out of the race, and Marky out of the race. While we're down to 15 runners and riders, and Sir Gurman, who's really found. Has really found a edge on those soft tyres, hasn't he? There all of a sudden, because he's now gaining on Gamer quite nicely. Chazza, who is now he wants that point. Chazza does, doesn't he? Percy Vesi's off the circuit as well. Goodness me! And I think that the drives today have been absolutely sensational. And here comes Brothers here, but Brothers I think is too far back on lap 31 out of 33. This career repeat from season 5 in Spain. However, it's a completely different ball game now. It's not about puncture territory. It's about your racecraft. It's about your ERS management this time. It could be one in the last couple of laps here, and we got unfortunately Percy Betsy also coming into the pits as well. I wonder if he might go for fastest lap here. Troy leading the way with Brothers in second, Boxtel third, Immortal in fourth, Peas and Percy fifth and sixth. Kush is still on DRS range at the moment. Wooter is a second and a half back from Mr. Rage with Glock in 10th position there. Chaz is still in the 11th. Can Chaz get that final point now? Glock and Chaz will love to get that final point because they have really earned this, haven't they? Oh, goodness me. Serge Mush and they'll have to share mine then. And look at this, Troy is under the pressure here now, isn't he? Lap 31 out of 33. Troy is really getting pushed hard now. Brothers, can he be on his full blown debut for the Mercedes team, and in his second start here in ALR. He could be our 6th different Grand Prix winner in the first 6 races. What a classic start to the season we've had here. Incredible stuff indeed. He is very much in the ballpark now, as is Peas on Immortal as well. But here he comes, and here he comes. And look at this, and he's going for it. He's going for it. Troy's part on the inside, but he can't do anything. And the Brothers takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix with just 2 laps to go. Troy in second, third is Boxtel. Peas has got past Immortal in fourth, and I think he's too far back now, isn't he? Now is that off Router? They're using a lot of curb there, and we got Chazza now just overtaking Glock. Glock is going to be a bit disgruntled by that. He's down in 11th position now. Let's see what Glock can do. Can he get back at him on the final lap then? Look at this now then. So I say he might be too far back, Peas. He's on course for a podium here because Boxtel, who's got a 3-second penalty, still has it at this stage of proceedings. And Gurman's now comes to the pits, going for the fastest lap point as well, along with Vesey then. So we've gone on for fastest lap showdown with just 15 runners and riders left in this one. And Boxtel having a look then, but look at that then, Brothers is just disappearing up the road. This is important for Boxtel because if he can race away, he might be able to scrape a couple of positions, because at the moment he is dropping down. My mass is pretty appalling, but he's gonna be behind Percy at the very least at the moment, isn't there? And if he wants to be involved in the championship, he cannot lose too many more positions to Percy at this stage of proceedings. And yes, we're only on round 6 out of 24, but every point will surely count, I think, in this championship. Brothers has set the fast lap of the race and really underlining his pace, but Boxtel I think is too far back then. Here comes Percy, Immortal making his one and only move down into turn 1 there, but Percy I should say is having a 5th position there. Peas did not get past Boxtel all over the back of Troy as well. Troy knows he's got a 3-second penalty there, so Troy could doesn't need to defend too hard here, but I think this is definitely going to be points gained in Troy's mind then. And now as Boxtel getting very wild, isn't he, on the exit there. Of course, that 3-second penalty earlier on this race, and it's going to be hugely costly. He might be down to 7th, you know, on board with Boxtel once again. But Brothers and Wesley set the fast up the race, and that will be a bonus point for himself and for the AlphaTauri team then. Driver of the day then, I don't think we've got a driver of the day poll in, but if you guys throw in your opinions, then that would be great stuff, and we'll take it from there. No DRS left, no ERS has been left then on the table for Boxtel, because this is final attempt here. Brothers might be your driver of the day post. And what about Troy as well? He kept it clean. What about Mr. Rage? What about Chazza as well? And Brothers has made a mistake! Has he? Well, he's ghosted here, and he's gone up the inside. There's contact there, and Troy's had to take evasive action here, and then Troy leads the race then on the final curve. And Brothers made a mistake, and Troy wins the Spanish Grand Prix. He is the first double winner here in this one tonight. Peas is second, and Percy in third position there, and Boxtel finishes 7th. Troy wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh my goodness gracious me. And oh, well, we didn't see what's happening next. I was looking at the comments, but Troy is a 2-time Grand Prix winner this season, and I'm wondering then if that is payback from Imola, of course, there. But Troy, wow, Brothers said was on course to be our first, 6 different Grand Prix in the season, but Troy has grabbed it at the end there. One incredible end to this race, and Boxtel ended up 7th there. Oh, goodness gracious me. And Percy ended about for 10th a second off the podium. Now, Peas is in second. Now, great drive for Peas there. No, I think he deserved that. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Rage driver of the day, sir, as much as saying I'll go with that one. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. So yeah, I would say Mr. Rage driver of the day then for the for this one. And yeah, Mr. Rage driver of the day as well. Yeah, I think he done it. Yeah, he didn't do too well unqualified, did he? But he kept his head there, and absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. Well, Troy, my goodness me, that was his second Grand Prix winner of the season. As I said, that's the first, Troy is the first double winner here this season. Magnificent stuff indeed. We have got, and I think that is actually his fourth win as well. So he's doubled his winner counts this season. So his fourth Grand Prix win now for Troy. And my goodness me, this is going to be. What an incredible end then to 2022 then for Formula One. And of course, next time the gold will be on track will be in Monaco for 2023 in January sometime. As Nolan said, what a last few corners in 22 for gold then. Well done, gold. Have a great Xmas and happy New Year. Then before we go there, let's take a final look at the classification then from the Spanish Grand Prix. And it is Troy, the first double Grand Prix winner of the season and his fourth win of his career. Pease in second today. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Magnificent drive from Pease as well. He possibly should be in for driver today. Brothers in third position, Percy in fourth, great recovery drive from Percy. Immortal in fifth, fantastic. Cush in sixth, Box that 3-second penalty cost him. Rage in eighth, ninth, Wouter, 10th, Chazo. Glock just outside the points 11th. Green 12th, Gamer 13th, Vesty 14th, 15th, Gurman and fast lap as well. Marquis, Danger Times, Liam, Mumford and Yar all retired then from the Spanish Grand Prix. Troy, my goodness me, you that safety car very much helped you then. But what an end to the race that was.
Man, I can't believe it, man. I genuinely, oh my God. I had a slight feeling as well that he might make a mistake. I don't know why. You sometimes it just like your gut tells you that something might happen. So I wasn't expecting it, but I was hoping for it, let's say. And as soon as I saw him having that like half spin, I just had to like full throttle it and try to take the inside into the next turn. And then it got a bit messy towards the end there. I don't think I did anything wrong to lose the win, to be honest. And then I don't know what happened behind me either with other drivers, but I am just delighted, man, to be honest. It couldn't have ended in a better way, to be honest.
And of course, up to that point now, it was an incredible race. There was like 6 or 7 drivers just all within a second of each other as well. Similar to Miami, really. Then how? I think I asked the guys on the podium that day, how difficult was it to just keep an eye on what was going on? Well, the same question applies to you. How difficult is it to determine who is doing what?
It wasn't too difficult to determine who was doing what because everyone were basically on the same strategy. Um, to be honest, I was very impressed by Brothers as well because I think he was on like 3 laps older mediums than me to still be able to like keep up and even make the move on me towards the end was yeah, that was very good from him, to be honest. And yeah, at that point when I saw that his light wasn't flashing either, when he overtook me, I thought it was over, to be honest. Yeah, until he had that moment towards the end then. But yeah, it was a fun race. It was like you had to keep concentration for all 33 laps, to be honest.
Good a spin it was indeed. Then of course, with on that 32, as you mentioned, then of course, Brothers went past, and it's and you did mention that it might have been done and dusted there. But goodness me, when that before that safety car came out, what was you thinking, and how was you figure that race was going to go? Because you was going longer than everyone else.
Um, yeah, to be honest, I was expecting Peace to be boxing a bit earlier as well. So I saw Brothers and Boxtel boxing, and then I expected Peace to follow into the next lap. But he decided to stay out a bit longer, which I didn't mind because he had pretty good pace as well. But yeah, I was just hoping to stay out a couple of laps extra and hoping for them to either end up in traffic or fight each other, being on different, or like with the tires being on different temperatures and stuff, which obviously didn't happen, I think at least. But yeah, that safety car just came out at the right time. And to be honest, this race was quite lucky for me to even be able to win this one. But I feel like you deserve it after the last couple of races where I've had some pretty bad luck. So I am happy with it.
Yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it, in this game? Then, as I mentioned, Imola and then Miami as well. But you're the first double race winner of the season, which is absolutely incredible. So, go. Of course, we've now got a couple of weeks break then before we go to Monaco. Then, how are you feeling?
Um, I felt good until you said Monaco because I don't like the track at all. But I guess that's the same for majority of the drivers. So it's just going to be about survival around there. But it's going to be nice with a couple of weeks off and yeah, get back to Monaco.
Really well done today. Fantastic stuff, Troy. Pease, a brilliant drive to second today. You was incredible in Bahrain, and of course it did go a bit of right for you in Saudi Arabia, which is the last time you scored, believe it or not. Then, but my goodness me, you're back in the tip-top shape then as well. I was actually thinking that you may be able to get the race win because your pace halfway through that race was absolutely electric.
Yeah, I thought so in the middle because I had good pace and yeah, but the safety car kind of flattened it out. Everyone's on the same tires, everyone's on the same strat, so it's just a train you can't really overtake. Like I literally had to just sit there, being like what fifth in the train. I had to sit there wait for mistakes. Immortal made a mistake, so I made a position, and then Diesel started fighting up top, so I somehow managed to get a second out of it. But yeah, I think if it went on, I could have been on for a good result, but it is what it is.
Second position is still a good result, though. I would say, and it's been a bit of a difficult couple of races. But how you feel now? Because this is surely going to be a turn of momentum for yourself.
No, Monaco's next. I'll be in every wall in on the track, probably with 15 seconds of penalties as well. But after that, yeah, we ball, but not in Monaco.
It seems like you and Troy are in the same boat then. But of course, let's come back to this race as well. Because halfway through that race as well, then when you because you there's a gap of about a second between yourself and the battling box Salim and Brothers, and you just absolutely pulled out a fast lap out of nowhere. You was magnificent.
Yeah, well, I knew that like even I had to overtake the two in front of me, and I had to because if I didn't catch up, that's race done. So I just pushed, got back in. But I don't know what would have happened after the pits had it been normal because I think Bradders and Boxtel they were just hugging each other. So I don't think I would have been able to catch and overtake both of them anyway. But I had good pace, can't complain.
But
Could have got a second out of it when I was looking at a third maybe. So
very good stuff
yeah.
indeed. Well done today, Pease. And then let's come to Brothers. And what an incredible debut for yourself, Brothers. And but my goodness me, your heart must be absolutely sinking with that, with what happened there with a couple of corners before the end. Now, I must admit, I was looking down there. I was looking down there, depending on what driver of the day was. So what happened then? Out of I think it was turn 13, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't know the turn number, but I completely just lost the rear end, and the contact with Troy was completely my fault. I hit him. I braked too late. I missed my braking point, and then I ran into him. And yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah, I must say that's a very difficult to take with a couple of corners towards the end. Was that half spin down to tire life? Was it, or was it just your mistake?
No, I mean it's just completely my mistake. I mean, if the tire's not punctured and you get an oversteer and you make a mistake like that, then it's only yourself to blame. So I mean, it was I wanted to go early. I saw that he was flashing on lap 32 out of the last corner, and I got the move done. And yeah, it kind of went to a bit of a mess in the last sector.
Oh, that's very refreshing to hear. I would have made like a like an excuse or something. I don't like something got my eyes. But but then of course, but as you mentioned, you did a great manoeuvre on that 32 then, because was you biding your time behind Troy then because you were sitting there, looks like a predator, just waiting to strike at the right opportune moment.
I was pushing every lap. I mean, my tires were, I don't know how much younger or older even. I think it was 2 or 3 laps. So I had an extra about 10% wear. So it wasn't easy to keep up. But I just had to stick in the DRS until it came after the safety car. I mean, the safety car, my God, how unlucky. Me and Box still had a, what, 4 second undercut on Peas, I think it was. And yeah, we saw the safety car come out, and I instantly knew that Troy would come out ahead, and it was going to be hard. But yeah, I eventually got him. I felt comfortable after a little bit, and I think Troy maybe started struggling on his tyres, but yeah.
And what a way to announce yourself to the world of ALR. You've had a podium now in your first two races as well, and today your pace was absolutely electric. You was definitely keeping Box silence, and I think you forced him into a mistake with that 3 second penalty. So what are you gunning for then? I know we've been 6 rounds into this race, into this championship, a long way to go. Are you gunning for the championship?
Well, I think I'm something like what 100 points behind. I mean, it's a stretch, but anything can happen. But I won't keep this podium because Geordie can get his 3 second penalty removed because he got a double warning on turn three. So I think I'll be down to P4.
Okay, well, we'll make sure Troy's got not sorry, make sure that Geordie's got his race footage and was race direction footage or something like that. You can tell I'm not a driver. I hardly know what the forwards look like. Thank you very much then to brothers, to Troy and to Peace as well. What a drive. All three of them deserve drive today, but I think we're going to give it to Mr. Rage then. A horrific qualifying, but a fantastic race today. Really good stuff indeed then. Very, very, very well done indeed. And of course also a shout out to Purse as well. Spinning halfway through. Spinning on the opening lap then, and somehow coming back to finish a superb fourth fed. But we'll see you in 2023 for gold. I hope you have a lovely Christmas, and it is Monaco for the next round then. Silver tomorrow night.